That movie is a shit show. What you think you see, what you think you hear, that's what it's about. It's all theater of the mind. No, it's garbage. It's garbage. Mood and atmosphere. Now that I really like. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I want to see.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Steve Ross says 6:08. Not bad. Not bad. Dave's always late. But see, there's a method to my madness, Steve. If I jump on right at 6, there might only be 20 people in the room. If I jump on at 6:10, there might be 50, like there is now. You never start the movie right on time. You gotta wait for people to roll on in. So you think I'm late, but I'm really just doing what anybody would do. No, it's fashionably late. It's on purpose. What's going on, everybody? What's happening? What's shaking? What's doing? My name's Dave McCrae. One more time. Fuck it, we'll do it a few more times. It is Monday. It is June. I was gonna say May for some reason. Monday, June the 26th, 2023, 6:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This is it. Yes, the last week of the campaign. Can we get to 130,000? Can we get to 140? Probably not. Probably not. That's the top end of the stretch goal. But if we could get to 130, which I think is completely doable, helping to pad that cushion a little bit, I can't even speak today. That little bit of extra, man, it's gonna go a long way. It's really gonna go a long way. One more time! Yes, I'm telling you, there's 4 days now left in the campaign. It is coming to a close. All of you out there have done it, but there's still 4 days left. We gotta take advantage of these 4 days. We gotta take advantage of these 4 days. What's going on, everybody? My name's Dave McCrae. Welcome back to the channel. The channel, ladies and gentlemen, the channel. Hope everybody is doing well. Yes, hard to believe. 4 days are now left in the Indiegogo campaign for It's Me Billy Chapter 2. A week ago today, I believe it was a week ago today, if I'm not mistaken, we reached our target of 120,000 Canadian dollars, and now we're sitting at, what are we here? Let me just, let me scroll up here a little second here. I don't know what the hell are we at here. 1,050 backers, 4 days remaining. There it is, 4 days remaining, 105%. Now we have a stretch goal, which is on the campaign. The stretch goal is 140,000. So what does that mean? What are stretch goals? Well, you have your production budget, right? You have your target that you want to reach, the production budget, how much it costs to make the movie. And then, of course, you have stretch goals. Well, what is a stretch goal? Well, a stretch goal could be for something like, not in our case, but in something like what Vincent DeSanti is doing with Never Hike Alone 2. He had his production budget, what he needs to make the movie and what he feels. And then he has multiple, I think he's met all of his stretch goals, if I'm not mistaken. But he had maybe an extra kill, maybe an extra kill montage, maybe an extra this, maybe an extra explosion. Depends what the movie is, right? Or depends what sort of aspirations he or the filmmakers have. For us, our stretch goals would be maybe for like an extra shooting day, maybe some funds for marketing, of course, because obviously your production budget doesn't necessarily include your marketing budget. It would be great to have some funds for marketing, and that way we can market the hell out of this thing and all that kind of stuff. So stretch goals are very important. Obviously some contingency, which is always nice too. That just means for things that, something might happen or go wrong. You're like, oh geez, oh my God, that broke. Now we need to buy an extra one of those. Oh my God. And now we have that money to do so. So stretch goals are big for any indie filmmaker, any campaign, not just movies, but of course you look at all sorts of things on Indiegogo, whether it's a product or a service or a movie, whatever the case is. Many people will have stretch goals, right? And they're nice have-tos. It doesn't mean if you don't reach them, that doesn't mean the movie doesn't get made, because they're beyond the production budget. But it's always nice to have a little bit. Like I said, any indie filmmaker will tell you, you know what I'm saying? It's always nice to have. So I figure, we met our production budget with 10 days to go. Here we are now with 4 days left. We might as well take advantage of this. You know what I'm saying? 126,350. Still lots of stuff on the campaign. As of July 1st, It's Me Billy Chapter 2 will officially go into demand. So now these types of streams, where they come on, will now take a back seat as we go into July. More of a regular schedule. And 2 Dudes will return in July, and we'll get kind of back onto a regular pattern. But what's great about the campaign being in demand, of course, is now for those people, now it's still, the campaign is closed, but it's still open from a certain perspective, because you can still pick up the perks that are already there, and we can add new perks as we move through the summer and into the fall and all that kind of stuff too. And so what Indiegogo does, it is a gift for those who reach their campaign goals. They allow you to go into in demand. That just means you're hot, you're sexy, you're sexy. You're sexy. Means you're in demand, you're hot. And then that gives us the opportunity to reach more people and all that kind of stuff. So, through our marketing, as the hype builds up, to when we go to camera, there might be people that still haven't heard about this, project, even Black Christmas fans that are like, oh my God, oh, I want a Blu-ray. Oh, great, I can still get one. All that kind of stuff. It gives us an opportunity to reach more people and all that kind of stuff. But the campaign officially, before it goes into in demand, comes to an end this Friday, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, let's pad that lead. Every little bit helps. Of course, like I said, donations, contributions. If you've been sitting on this, if you've been waiting, you're like, I'm going to get the Blu-ray, I'm going to get this. Now is the time to do it, ladies and gentlemen. What are you waiting for? This is it, the last week. And there's still 4 associate producer perks available. All the co-producer perks have sold out, and there's still 4 executive producer perks available. Now, obviously, the associate producer and the executive producer perks are higher tier. They are top tier perks, but with top tier perks, you get top tier items. And so, but there's lots of stuff: Blu-rays and hoodies and T-shirts and autographs and posters and advanced screening invite and all that kind of stuff are all still on the campaign. So I would love, listen, it would be amazing if we could get to 130 tonight. And that's entirely possible. With the way these streams have been going and the way these campaigns have been going, it is entirely possible we may be able to get to 130 tonight. Who knows? But I think we could get to 128 tonight at the very least. At the very least, I think we could probably get to 128, maybe even 129. Who knows? But yeah, if you've been sitting on it, farting around, waiting, maybe I'll do it. I don't know. No, now is the time to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Now is the time to do it. So yeah, we'll be checking in on this campaign throughout the show. Let's see if we can pad that lead a little bit. I would love to get to, I don't know, what are we sitting now? We're at 1,050 backers, 4 days left. Maybe we can get tonight to 1,075. That's an extra 25 contributions tonight. I think we could probably do that. Why not? We could do that. I think we could do it. Let's take advantage of these 4 days, folks. You might be thinking, well, like that, Dave, but you're just going to sit on this? You crazy? Trust me, if you were in my position, you'd be like, yeah, we need to pad that lead a little bit. That's just the way things go. So any little bit helps, folks. Any little bit helps. Again, if you've already picked up perks, you don't have to you can donate. You can scroll to the end of the perks and just donate a contribution or make a contribution via donation as well, which is entirely up to you. Now, in terms of the main sort of thing I wanted to mention today off the top, of course, which is My favorite shot, not scene. I saw a lot of people talking about scenes from the David Gordon Green trilogy. I'm not talking about scenes, talking about shot. Favorite shot, like a one, shot. Favorite shot from the David Gordon Green Halloween trilogy. For me, it's definitely that one that's on the thumbnail, which is the one right there.
That movie?
Oops. My apologies. I hit the wrong one. I forgot my microphone was not on that one, but that shot right there. That's definitely one of my favorite shots from the David Gordon Green trilogy. Also in Halloween Kills, I really like, of course, he looks great in the flashback scene, Michael Myers, but I love it when he's walking along the sidewalk, sort of kind of in that alley sort of way, and that's that split lighting on his face. Love that shot. That's a great shot of Michael. I also like the shot of Michael in Halloween 18, when he comes into the house. He's just had his fingers blown off, and it's sort of this low angle shot, and we tilt up like this, and we see Michael just standing there. You see his hand, right? He's doing that kind of like as above, so below sign. I think there might be something to that. And we tilt up, we see his hand very clearly, and we look up. It's just sort of ominous power shot. He's based in shadow and silhouette and stuff. Really like that image as well, or that shot. I'm talking about shots, not scenes. There is a shot. There was a promotional image from the firefighter scene in Halloween Kills that was actually never in the movie, which is, let me see if I can get it here, which is this shot. Let me see. Hang on a sec here. I have it. I just got to go to here. It's this shot right here. This shot was never in Halloween Kills. This shot was not in the movie at all. It's unfortunate because it's a great shot. It's very Michael Myers. It's a great shot. Definitely one of my favorite shots in the David Gordon Green trilogy that was not in the David Gordon Green trilogy, but it still obviously was shot and is part of the David Gordon Green trilogy, even though it's not officially part of the David Gordon Green trilogy. That's definitely one of my favorite shots for sure. Lots of great shots, when he's standing at the top of the stairs, when Allison is looking up at him in Halloween Kills. I think that's great. I like the shot when he's chasing Lindsay and she's like hiding, by the water there, and she's by the tree, and you just kind of hear his breathing, and he's looking around on the bridge and shit and whatever. It's a great shot. When he's standing in the basement of Laurie's house in Halloween 18, he's just looking up at Laurie, and the fire is all around him and all that kind of stuff. It's a great shot. There's some nice shots. Like, there are some nice shots in this movie. Some people have asked me, but don't you like the shot through the back windshield of Michael when he's putting on the mask? I'm like, I like the idea. I just wish it was at night. For me, I don't think it's as dramatic as it could have been. It's a cool idea, and I love, through the back window, and he's, oh my God, there he is looking through. It's great. I just think it would have been more dramatic in shape in Michael Myers and Halloween had it been at night. Maybe there's a lamppost there, split lighting, one side of his face lit, the other side of his face in darkness. You know what I mean? It's just too broad daylight to me. But I like the idea of it. But there's a lot of great shots. Now remember, I'm talking specifically about the David Gordon Green trilogy, DGG. The David Gordon Green trilogy. Not any other Halloween movie, but I wanted to know what your favorite shot, not scene. Now maybe your favorite shot is from your favorite scene, that's fair. But don't give me scenes, give me shots. And so in the comment section below, talk about your favorite shot. You might have to set it up with your favorite scene. I totally get that. But your favorite shot, and maybe it's not even of Michael Myers, because on the thumbnail, all I said was this. See? Favorite shot from DGG trilogy. Maybe it's not even of Michael Myers. Maybe your favorite shot from the David Gordon Green trilogy doesn't have Michael Myers in it. Maybe it's the shot of the Myers house in the flashback, just the shot of the house, because it's so cool, because it looks exactly like, you know what I mean? Maybe your favorite shot is, I don't know, of Allison going, what? Maybe your favorite shot is of Ray. Peanut butter on my penis. I don't know. Maybe it's not even of Michael. It may not be. It doesn't have to be of Michael. It could definitely be of something else. I don't know. But let me know your favorite shot. For me, I think I'm always going to default to something Michael Myers related. And obviously, because I have Michael Myers on the thumbnail, I think people might just assume that's what I mean. And that's fine. And that's totally fair. But yeah, your favorite shot, whether it's Michael or somebody else, from the David Gordon Green trilogy, Halloween 18, Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends. Maybe it's from something from Halloween Ends. I mean, maybe your favorite shot is something with Corey Cunningham. I mean, that's fair. That's fair, right? I mean, maybe it is. Maybe your favorite shot is of Michael by the tree when he's looking at Laurie, and she's outside and then she turns and looks and Michael is gone. I don't know. Maybe that's your favorite shot. I don't know. Maybe your favorite shot is Corey Cunningham beating up the marching band. The marching band. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. So there's lots of great, cool shots from Halloween 18, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends. I mean, we can pick apart the story. We can pick apart the pacing and the structure. Not so much in 18. 18 is actually a solid movie from top to bottom, really. But Kills and Ends, but we can pick apart, the direction, the trajectory, all that kind of stuff. But that's neither here nor there. That's irrelevant. We're just talking about icing. We're just talking about icing on the cake. We're not talking about the cake itself. We're not talking about, whether it rised or failed, or whether it's spongy or soft or moist or we're not talking about that. We're just talking about the icing on the cake. And so if you're watching after the fact, comment below and let me know your thoughts on what your favorite shot is. Again, not scene. It can be from your favorite scene, but don't just tell me the scene. Tell me your favorite shot from the David Gordon Green trilogy, Halloween 18, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends. Because for me, like I said, this shot right here, definitely one of my favorite shots of Michael Myers. This shot here, which of course didn't actually end up in the movie. It's from the firefighter scene, but this didn't actually end up in the movie. As far as I remember, I mean, maybe I stand to be corrected, but I do not believe this specific shot was in the movie. It might have been in the trailer. I think it was in the trailer or the teaser or something like that, but it wasn't actually in the movie itself. So very disappointing with that. But little things like that, you know what I mean? Lots of cool shots, definitely, of Michael Myers in this movie. There's some super chats that came in. Let me grab these super chats here. Eddie Chase sends in $5, says, Halloween 18, Mike closing the trunk with the mask on and kills dolly shot in park. Right. And he has knife in one hand, and dripping bloody mask of the kid in the other hand. Yeah, that is a cool shot. Definitely. I'm with you on those other two shots. The trunk shot, I like the idea, just wish it was more dramatic for me. Matthew Farisi sends in $9.99, says everything in the opening flashback of Kills and the as above, so below shot in 18 are my faves. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I also like the shot of him staring out the window after killing Karen, despite not loving the scene. Cool. Josh McKenna sends in $9.99, says, I watched It's Me, Billy with my mom this weekend. Very cool. I have seen it several times, but it was my first time watching it with her. She really enjoyed it. She found Justine's death very unsettling. She loved the characters. Very cool, Josh. Thank you for mentioning that, man. Yeah, with Justine's death scene, obviously we wanted to be as classy as we could with it. I know there were some people, and maybe this is because I don't quite understand the cloth of storytelling that It's Me, Billy is cut from. But there were some people that thought that maybe we didn't show blood and, the stabbing and all that kind of stuff because we didn't have the budget. No, it had nothing to do with budget. It had everything to do with creative intention. Obviously, again, this is more of that Hitchcock theater of the mind type of movie, very much like the original is. So we were doing it very classy, very sort of like, and it's very disturbing to have that, tracking shot from left to right at the end of the bed, and you just see Billy on top of her, his arm going up. You see the silhouette of his arm on the wall. He's, stabbing. And if you count the stabs, he stabs her 22 times, and just her screaming and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, no, it was intentionally written that way and crafted that way as to not show any, blood, guts, and gore. It's not that kind of a movie, right? So yes, no, it didn't have anything to do with budget. And then of course a bit later when Sam runs into the room, she sees all the blood on the bed, right? It's like, oh my God, like what happened here? So thank you, man. Really appreciate that. Really, really appreciate that. I'm glad your mom enjoyed it. I'm glad she enjoyed it. I'm glad your mother enjoyed it. That's good. That's good. That's very good. I'm glad your mom enjoyed it. Hey, yes, we've gone up a little bit more. Amazing, folks. Amazing. There we are, sitting at 126,570. We're now knocking on 127 and 1,052 backers. I love it. Love it. Let's see again, by the end of this week, there's only 4 days left in the campaign, folks. By the end of this week, my goal would be I would love to get to 130. I mean, obviously our stretch goal is 140, but if we can get to 130, that's still a win. I mean, that's still a win at the end of the day, even though we'd love to get to 140, but maybe we'll get there over the course of the summer or the fall, maybe when we add new things, or who knows, right? We'd love to get there before the end of the campaign, but if we can get to 130 or 132 or something, that would be really great too. I'd love to get to 130 tonight. Don't know if it's going to happen, but if you've been following these streams, you never know what's going to happen, right? Crazy things happen. We've had a couple of streams where we've raised in one stream over $10,000. So it's entirely possible. I'm not saying it's going to happen tonight. I'm just saying that it's not unprecedented, because we have seen the pattern that you never know what's going to happen. And with only 4 days left, maybe somebody's going to be like, fuck it, I'm going to become an associate producer tonight. Let's do it. Or maybe somebody's going to drop a fucking nuclear bomb and become an EP. I don't know. I have no idea. Anything's possible, but I always like to be realistic with my targets. And I think I have been realistic with my targets throughout this process. And I think reaching 128 tonight, 130 would be great tonight. But I think 128's definitely within reach tonight, 100%. And who knows, maybe we'll get to 130, but that would be nice to have that little bit extra that we would love to have for sure. And who knows, maybe by Friday, maybe we will hit 140. I have no idea. Okay, so this was, let me see here. Amazing. You guys are amazing. We've got so earlier today, we had Nathan Oswald picked up the It's Me Billy 2 Blu-ray. Amazing. Richard Girl, is that how you say that? Girl, G-U-R-L, girl, or girl. I think I'm saying it right. Anyways, Richard picked up the double blue. Thank you very much. Michael Evans picked up the teaser cover. Amazing. Thank you, Michael. And then we've got Nicholas Kata picked up the double blue. Thank you. And James Glenn Robinson picked up the Dave McRae autograph #1. Amazing. Thank you very much, James. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Yeah, you've all been amazing. I mean, to see this level, again, this level of support, people stepping up like this is truly humbling and just awesome. So love to see it. 1,052 we're at. We're knocking on 127. We're knocking on 127. Come on, McCrazies. Come on, McCrazies. I believe we can do it. I believe we can do it. I believe we can do it. Eddie Chase sends in $10 and says, in my honest opinion, the DGG trilogy is filled with great shots you're asking about. Appears he's skillful with lighting, mood, capturing shape. Major problem is the direction and writing trilogy goes. Thoughts? I would tend to agree with that. The story and the direction of the trilogy was not for me. I didn't hate it. I mean, I've seen worse films and worse things, but it just certainly wasn't what I would have done. But certainly, yes, stylistically in setting up, shots and capturing the lighting, definitely again, there were certain creative decisions with lighting and visual aesthetic that I didn't agree with. But certainly there was enough there that I did like and that I did agree with. Like, oh, yeah, that's how you do it. Like, again, this shot right here. I mean, that's a great shot. That looks like it could be something out of, like it looks like it's like from John Carpenter's movie or something, right? So just like that kind of shit I really like. And there was, enough of that to keep me interested and, keep that side of my expectations happy. But overall, I agree with you. It's just the direction of the trilogy and the trajectory of the story just, to me, fell flat to me. But that's me. That's me, right? That's me. And thank you, Eddie, for the super chat. Appreciate that. Let's see here. Is it Vadrath? Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Sends in $5. Says, I'll give Halloween Ends a little love and say the shot during the opening scene when the parents come home and the kid suddenly hits the floor. Yeah, that is that's pretty wild. Yeah. I tend to agree with you there. That's pretty yes, I would say that is pretty shocking, to say the least. Shocking, to say the least. Very shocking indeed. Nicholas Cada says, always support the people that care about these things. Also, thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Also, a note about the DGG trilogy. It's goofy. It's so goofy that I enjoy every entry. Hey, and that's great. That's great, man. I think that's great. I think the fact that you enjoy it and you get something out of it, I think is great. I mean, there's lots of people that really like this trilogy, that really like Halloween Ends too, right? You know what I mean? And that's fair. That's great. It didn't work for me. Overall, again, I like the Corey Cunningham story. I just don't understand why we're telling it in this movie. That seems like something you would say for another film, because you don't even need Michael in this movie. You really don't. I've said that 1,000 times. You do not need Michael in this movie. You can get rid of Michael altogether and tell the Corey Cunningham story and still implement the social commentary and the subtext and all that. You don't need Michael in this movie. You don't, because the justification for his downfall can have nothing to do with his run-in with Michael and just the psychological residual effects of being bullied by the town. There you go. What the fuck is Michael doing in this movie? And you can still implement the symbolism and the cinematic language that surrounds the irony, how the town is trying to move on and get over Michael, but the irony is that they're bullying this kid who they believe is guilty but who is really innocent, and in bullying him and sending him in further and further into darkness and into madness, ironically they create another Michael, for all intents and purposes, not literally obviously, but you know what I mean, another psycho that ends up killing people in the town. You don't need Michael Myers in that movie. Literally. You literally do not need him in that movie. So that's why I've often said Halloween Ends was pretty good until Michael showed up. And it was like, oh, Michael, what are you doing here? Get out of here. We don't need you. You know what I'm saying? It's true. It's true. And so I often feel that I think maybe they should have saved that story for an anthology film or a series or something, and you bring back Jamie Lee Curtis, Andy Matichak, and you tell that story, so, yeah, very strange, a very strange trilogy. I do not believe that was the direction they were going. I do not believe at all, and I'm ready to be proven wrong, but I do not believe that, when David Gordon Green and Danny McBride said that they had an idea for 2 films and sort of the direction of where they wanted to go, I do not believe that this is where they thought they would end up. Not at all. Not at all. When you guys watch It's Me, Billy Chapter 2, it's going to be very clear to you that we had a plan from the beginning. Do you know what I mean? Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to like the movie. That doesn't mean you're going to agree with the creative, decisions or whatever. That's art, right? Like, we can't guarantee that. That's just art. You know what I'm saying? We do what we feel is right and what we're passionate about and what we're excited about and we're honoring and being true and all that. And then hopefully we put it out there and we let the chips fall where they may, and hopefully people enjoy it. But it will be very clear to everybody that, oh, I see what they, you know what I mean? It's not like all of a sudden It's Me, Billy Chapter 2 takes this weird direction and we introduce this new, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, clearly that was not what they, I mean, come on. That feels last minute, I don't know, what do you want to do? You know what I'm saying? And so you're not going to get that with It's Me, Billy Chapter 2. It's going to feel very, yes, okay, I get it. So, but there's lots of people that like Halloween Ends. There's lots of people that like Halloween Ends for sure. But yeah, you don't need Michael in that movie. It's ironic, really. I mean, in the story that they're telling, I guess you do, because that's the story. But I'm saying the theme of the movie, the theme about this kid that is bullied by the town and because he's in, you know, the theme about creating another monster, essentially, right, is what the town is doing. You don't need Michael for that movie. Now, his presence can be there, right? People, you know, you hear people talking about him at the local coffee shop or Michael's presence can still be in that movie. His name is dropped 500 times. You see, you know, an image of him or something. He's talked about, he's whispered about, you know, at the local diner and things like that. I mean, his presence can still loom large over the film, but you actually don't need him in that story about Corey Cunningham. And I think it, anyway, yeah. I know there's people out there that think, no, this is going to be another Halloween 3 situation. Don't you worry. Everybody's going to love it in 30 years. I mean, you know, you never know. But I don't love Halloween 3 either. So I don't hate Halloween 3, but I couldn't care less if it ever existed or if they ever made a sequel to it or a remake or a series. Like I think it's the logical choice to do something with Season of the Witch, because I do think there's a lot of potential, untapped potential. But I'm not a huge fan of Season of the Witch either. I will never be a huge fan. This is me. I'm just talking about me. There's never going to be a day where I'm going to be like, oh my God, you know what? Halloween Ends is incredible. No. For me, that's never going to happen. I get what Halloween Ends is. It's very clear to me what it is. The story's very clear, and I like the Corey Cunningham part of it. I don't think the movie's terrible, but I certainly couldn't care less if I ever watched it again. You know, it's not, you know, it's something that I'll watch maybe on a watch along on here, something like that. You know, I would watch 18 before I'd watch Ends again. And again, that's not saying that Ends is a terrible movie. It's not a terrible movie. It's just a very strange direction to go in to end a trilogy. It's very strange. I know they didn't want to do the same thing over again, but this is a slasher movie. And part of the problem that when you start to make slasher movies that into more than what they really are, you run into these issues. Because at its core, at its fundamental core, it's a slice and dice and blood and guts. Just deliver on that. Now, that doesn't mean your story, can be weak or things can't make sense. No. Things got to make sense. Have a competently written story. Absolutely. But just bring it in. Bring it home, right? Bring it home. Don't try to be avant-garde and try to make it feel deeper, you know, and more layered than it really is. And, you know, the whole hospital thing and the Corey thing, and I get what they were trying to do. And I still believe that a lot of this had to do with Jamie Lee Curtis. I do. I cannot help but feel that a lot of this political subtext and social commentary, and it's like, get that out of there. Get it out of there. What is it? It's a Halloween movie. It's not Silence of the Lambs. It's a Halloween movie. And that doesn't mean you got to be flimsy and flippant with it. I don't mean that, but I think this trying to put a square peg into a round hole with the deeper layers of this new trilogy and trauma and this and that. I'll be honest with you. I think it handcuffed them a little bit. That doesn't mean you can't have some layers there, but they're usually usually slasher films don't go that deep. It will usually be sort of a surface level mention, or it's kind of like you get a sense of what the subtext is, right? They don't deviate for 20 minutes to try and drill it into your face. It's just clearly there through the use of symbolism or cinematic language or, some sort of conversation, a nice moment with some exposition where you kind of get I get a bit of I get that bit of a layer that they're adding to this story. And it does help make the story feel a little more meaningful. Absolutely. But usually in slasher films, they don't go where Halloween ends, kills, and 18 wanted to go. They wanted to, it's about mob mentality, and so we got to cut him, we got to do this, and we got, Corey Cunningham, and it's just like, yeah, but you're losing the identity, in a lot of ways. And that's why 18 feels so different from the other two films too. 18 was more, 18 did it best, really. 18 had a bit of those layers there, right? And we saw that, but it didn't forget at its core what it was. Kills tried to, now we can write all this. It's like, stop that. It's a Halloween movie. You know what I mean? And again, that's just my opinion. It's my opinion. For a lot of people, it worked. For me, it felt like they were trying too hard in a lot of the social commentary kind of stuff. And I just feel that when we're dealing with a slasher movie, because that's at the core what Halloween is, it doesn't mean you can, as I said, that you can be, flippant and not care and just, deliver shit. I applaud the idea of paying attention to story and trying to deliver something a little more mature and a little more layered than the average slasher movie. Fair, totally fair. But I think when you try really hard to, deliver a message and you're sort of compromising on the other things, maybe it's best that we just stick the landing. You know what I mean? But it's the same thing over again. Yeah, but if there's one thing horror fans have proven, they'll watch the same thing over and over and over again. And I include me in that. But yeah, you know what I mean? There's a lot of good, but there's a lot of, you know what I mean? In the trilogy, in my opinion, anyway, but I didn't, loathe any. I mean, listen, there is still, even Halloween Kills is not Halloween Resurrection. Even Halloween Ends is not Halloween Resurrection. Halloween Kills, I think, is probably the weakest out of the three in terms of pacing and structure, in my opinion. But it's got great kills and great atmosphere and great music and, all that kind of stuff. And then Ends just feels weird. Like, really, at the end of the day, really, where Laurie Strode should have been in 18, I say should have. I mean, look at me. I mean, it's just in hindsight, I'm just thinking about this. Maybe where Laurie was at the beginning of Halloween Ends is where maybe she should have been at the beginning of 18, right? Moved on, sweet Laurie, you know what I mean? She's in therapy maybe. And then where she is at the beginning of 18 is where she is at the end of Halloween Ends. So we see that arc. We see the arc, right? Because for her to be fucking Sarah Connor out in the middle of nowhere like the fucking Unabomber with traps and fucking alone and shotguns and after what happened to her 40 years ago, just that one night. And again, if Halloween 2 had been canon, which I understand you can't, because then you have to justify the brother-sister story thing. And also the fact that how did he survive all those burns? And I get all that. But from the perspective of, it would have only added to the believability of her trauma. Maybe we should have seen her just normal. It's 40 years later. She still deals with it. It's still a touchy subject, but she's normal. She's got a little job, maybe at the grocery store, or maybe she's married to Hawkins or something, or I don't know. That's where we're introduced to her at the beginning of Halloween 18. And then she finds out in a newspaper that Michael Myers is being transferred. And she's like, and it starts to bring up these memories and these triggers, right? And all that kind of stuff. And maybe it's just that thing where you're like, and all that. And then over the course of the two films, we see that arc. Again, coulda, shoulda, woulda. I'm not there. I didn't write it. And who knows if I would have thought the same thing at that time either. I'm just thinking, hindsight's 2020, right? I'm just thinking about this in retrospect, you know what I mean? But there's a lot of good, full honesty. There's a lot I really do like about the DGG trilogy, but there's also just as much that I feel are really missed opportunities, in my opinion. But yeah, anyway. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, love it. We're going up again. Love to see this. 126,644. Come on, folks. Let's get to 127. Let's get to 128 tonight. Only 4 days left in the It's Me Billy Chapter 2 campaign. I would love to get to 130. By the end of the week, I'd love to get there, maybe even by the end of the stream today. I don't know if that's possible, but like I said earlier, if you've been following these streams, anything is possible on these streams. Again, if you've already picked up a perk, or if you don't want to pick up a perk, but you'd like to support the film, you can make a donation. You just scroll to the very end of where all the perks are, and you make a donation. $5, $10, $100, whatever you want to. It would be greatly appreciated. There's 4 days left. Would love to get this thing as close to 130 as we possibly can. That can really help us in terms of those extra funds we can have for marketing and contingency and maybe an extra shooting day or what have you. It would be great to have that, folks. 1,054 backers, 4 days left. Who was that that came in here? That was, ladies and gentlemen, we got Tim Bell. Hey, Tim. Great to see you here, Tim. Tim picked up the It's Me Billy Chapter 2 Blu-ray, and Alex Schambach picked up the end credits perk. Awesome. Love to see it. Thank you both very much. Really, really appreciate that. Yeah, folks, I mean, again, there's only 4 days left. If you've been waiting on it, you've been sitting about it, you've been humming and hawing about it, I don't know, now is the time to do it. Now is the time to do it, ladies and gentlemen. Now is the time to do it. Yeah, Ian David Strain says, come on, executives. I'm assuming you're talking about the Yeah, it's true. Hey, listen, there's 4 executive producer perks available. Now, they're top tier perks. They are not inexpensive. But with top tier perk, you get top tier items. If you become an executive producer, if you pick up the executive producer perk, you get all the perks on the campaign, including any future perks we add to the campaign. So, because again, after the campaign is over, it moves into demand. And then there might be a point throughout the summer or in the fall where we add something juicy to the campaign, because we will be allowed to do that at that point. So again, a top tier perk, it's about 8,000 Canadian, about almost 6,000 US, I think, depending on the exchange. But we've had 2 people pick it up. There's 4 left. And there's still 4 associate producer perks available too. And those are, I think that's about 1,500 Canadian, about maybe 1,100 something US. So there's still 4 of those available as well. And they can definitely get us over 130, which would be great. And there's tons of other stuff. Again, it's all about a lot of people coming in low. There's 162 people right now that are watching live. If all 162 of you, and I know that's not realistic to think that, but I just like to remind people of the numbers. If all 162 of you right now all donated $10 to the campaign, we would have that would be $1,620. And that would put us up over 128,000. Incredible. And if you all donated $20, I mean, geez, I think we'd be over it if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. The math is easy. 4 days left. Let's do it. We're in stretch goal mode right now, folks. For those of you that might be tuning in going, didn't he hit his goal? What's he going? What the hell is he fucking ranting and raving about? He's got 105% here. Yes, we reached our production budget goal with about 10 days left. There's 4 days left. Now we're in that stretch goal category, that stretch goal territory. Our stretch goal is 140,000. I don't think we're going to get there before the end of the week, although you never say never. But I think we could get to 130 for sure. And that would be nice. That would be nice. Josh Lott sends in $5. One of our great co-producers here and great contributors to the channel says, in honor of Victoria's dead goose, for $100, name the movie of this quote. Thanks for the ride, lady. Hint, it rhymes with keep low and is part 2. It rhymes with keep low and is part 2. God, I can't even think about it now. For people who are wondering what Josh is talking about. Victoria told us before, this is, I mean, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, it was before we knew her. She said she was driving to, I forget what show it was she was on. I don't know if it was Paranormal Survivor or some show that she was guest starring on. She had a part on. And she was driving to the studio, and it was the winter time, and she hit a goose on the road. I don't know if it was a Canada goose or if it was I guess I think maybe it might have been. Now, she's not 100% sure whether she killed it but she felt so bad. She doesn't know if she thought she hit it, but in her mind, she hit it. Oh my God, the goose. So it's become kind of this inside joke now between everybody on set. And yeah, you bring it up to her and she's like, oh my God, don't tell me about the goose. So that's where that comes from. It's a cute story. I think I'm going to have to buy a little stuffed goose and bring it to the set and just, have it there for when she shows up on set. She'll know exactly what it is. And then I'll get everybody from the cast to sign it. That'd be funny. Oh, Josh Lott said CM got it. Oh, very cool. Very amazing. Well, that very cool. Let me see here. CM says Creep Show 2. Keep low and is... I wouldn't have got that. Thanks for the ride, lady. I almost feel like that's like a... Is that from Temple... Isn't that from Temple of Doom? Doesn't he say something like that? Doesn't Shorty say something like that? Thanks for the ride, lady. Maybe it's from a couple of movies. I don't know. Creep Show 2. I have seen Creep Show and Creep Show 2, but not in years. Not since the 90s. So since I was a teenager, and I would rent them from Video Flicks or Blockbuster. Very cool. Very cool. Steve Ross says, Dave, thanks so much for the stream on Saturday. It made an awful day so much better. Yeah, no problem, man. Hey, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, we had Lynn Griffin and Victoria Miro on the show on Saturday. And Bruce, of course, was there. Lynn watched Black Christmas with myself and Bruce, and it was really awesome to get her insights into the movie, which was great. And then Victoria popped on, and myself and Victoria and Lynn and Bruce all watched It's Me, Billy Chapter 1. So that was a lot of fun. So that's currently on my channel right now. It's the stream before this one. That was a lot of fun. And yeah, I just can't wait to get the ball rolling on this. The campaign's almost over. 4 days to go. 4 days to go, ladies and germs. 4 days to go. Let's pad that lead. Let's crazies. Let's show them how it's done. Let's do it. Let's not sit around. See, right now they're going, they're just sitting around. No. Oh no, we're not gonna sit around, bitches. We're gonna pad this lead. Oh yeah. We're gonna pad this lead. Let me refresh here, see what's going on. 1,056. Look at that. 126,754. We are knocking on 127. Again, I would love to get to 130 by the end of the stream. Well, by the end of the week, I'd like to be at 130. If we can get to 130 by the end of the stream, that would be amazing. And it's entirely possible that we could. But we're knocking on 127. That's awesome. Maybe we'll get to 128 tonight. I don't know. Let me see here. Let's give these shout outs to who these people were. We got, all right, I'm going to butcher this, but Balaz Rapsack. Is that how you say that? Balaz Rapsack? Not 100% sure, but you know who you are. Donated $10. Thank you very much. And Joshua Lott donated that $100 $1 Appreciate that, Josh. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Sitting right now at 126,754. How far will we go up tonight? 1,056 backers. I would love to get, hang on, what is 106%? Let's check out what 106% is here. I would say that 106% is 127,200. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically about $450 away from 106%, which is always good. Let's do it, folks. Let's get there. Again, if you're looking for your Blu-rays or your hoodies or t-shirts and you want to pick them up, now is the time to do it. If you've been waiting around, thinking about it, now is the time to do it. Do you want to jump on and be an associate producer? Do you want to jump on and go for the big one and be an executive producer? Now is the time to do it, ladies and gentlemen. It is the time to do it. Again, you can see there, lots of perks still available. The digital download, t-shirts available. Blu-rays are still available. Victoria Miro autographs. Victoria Miro autographs are on the campaign. Victoria Miro autograph number 1. Victoria Miro autograph number 2. Victoria Miro autograph number 3. And then, of course, official poster, teaser poster, hoodies are there. And then hoodies, the double blue, of course. That's where you get chapter 1 and chapter 2. There's a couple of Dave McCrae autographs on there, too. Some people asked if I was going to put some on there. So I was like, yeah, okay, sure, I'll do that. There's that one. There's that one. That's the mood and atmosphere. That's where I will, and these are personalized. I will write, like, to Bob, thanks for all your support, mood and atmosphere kind of stuff. And then, of course, there's that one there. And then there's the Lynn Griffin autographs. The Lynn Griffin autographs are there as well. They're on the campaign too. Still lots of those available. Chapter 2 posters, both teaser and official. The holiday sweater. That's right, folks. The holiday sweater. You can look like Olivia Hussey from the original Black Christmas. The sizes are limited. The quantity is limited, but they are there. And for you men out there, like I've been saying, they are unisex. So that's why there's a guy on the far right over there. Just in case you think it's going to look like a girl sweater. It won't. And advanced screening. Still 22 available of the advanced screening. If you want to check out It's Me Billy Chapter 2 before anybody else. Associate producer perk. Associate producer perks, still 4 of those available. And of course, 4 of the executive producer perks available as well. So I'm just saying, still lots available. The final week of the campaign. I know there's probably people that are watching or that have been watching or that, well, actually, I know there are because they've reached out to me and be like, are you going to shut up about this? You know what? It's amazing. You don't have to watch. But you know what? We did it. We did it. And I make no apologies. I make no apologies for the hustle that not just myself, but you guys and the hard work that we've all brought to this campaign here over the last 2 months. Because, I said, at the beginning of, in April and in March, leading up to the campaign of May 1st, I said, when that campaign launches, I said, it's going to be an aggressive marketing campaign and promotional campaign for the Indiegogo campaign. I said, we got to raise a lot of money. And if I'm not going to do it, nobody's going to do it. So I got to be out there and I got to be hustling. I got to be putting my, foot to the, my pedal to the pedal to the metal, as they say. And that's what you got to do. You've got to do that. And that's why I've been doing that. There's been some people that are thinking that it's just turned, are you ever going to do anything else again? Or is it just, of course, but while the campaign is on, because we're raising money, obviously it takes priority. But for those of you that don't give a shit about this, that don't give a frog's fat ass about Black Christmas or the campaign or what I'm doing here, you just really don't give a shit, you'll be happy to know that after the campaign is done, we will be getting back to your regularly scheduled program. We will be getting back to Two Dudes and Some Bullshit on Monday night. We'll be getting back to talking about, other things like Friday the when they pop up, Friday the 13th, Crystal Lake, Halloween, whatever the case is, right? And of course, I will still be talking about It's Me, Billy Chapter 2, because obviously that is a gigantic thing that is happening in my life, and it's really, really cool. But I'm very proud of the hustle and the hard work. Again, not just from me. I don't want to be, self congratulatory, but just in terms of everybody, that has stepped up, because without you, we wouldn't be able to do this. Again, without you guys, we would not be able to make this movie. It's not hyperbole. It's not hyperbolic at all. That is the absolute truth. So I make no apologies for turning my channel into The Billy Show over the last 2 months, because it worked. and it worked, and it was successful, and it got everybody hyped up, and it brought new viewers in, and it was exciting and a blast to be able to share this with you guys and to see the campaign grow and to see you guys believing not just in me and not just in Bruce, but in the cast and the crew, in the project and what the project stands for. Again, even if you don't care about Black Christmas, even if you don't care about It's Me, Billy, and I understand, not everybody does. Not everybody follows me because of that. I get that and I understand that. But there are a lot of movies that I might not care for that I still recognize the cultural significance. I still recognize the importance of that movie to a genre or to a series. And Black Christmas was one of the first of its kind. And it is an incredibly important film to the genre. If it wasn't for Black Christmas, we may not have Halloween. And so it's incredibly important. And the fact that Olivia Hussey herself is coming back to play Jess Bradford, I mean, that's huge. It's huge. There's a reason why Screen Rant and Collider and Bloody Disgusting and all these sites picked it up. There's a reason for it, because it's big, and it's really cool. And we're doing something that's really special that nobody ever thought could ever be done, and we're doing it. Yeah, we're doing it. You know what I'm saying? And so that's really, really cool. So I just want to speak to those who may not be as interested in this. I hear you. I get it. I understand it. I appreciate your patience. I appreciate you sticking through this with us, because we're very excited about it and it means a lot. And do not fret. We will be back to, normal on the channel once July rolls around. Now, again, that doesn't mean that Billy's going to go away. It just means that these types of streams, like 3 and 4 times a week, are going to, kind of take a back seat now because the campaign is over. We've settled in. We have the production budget, hopefully a little bit more, and we'll be able to kind of settle in. And then hopefully when we feel we can add a juicy perk to the campaign at some point, whatever the case is. And also too, when the teaser drops in December, because if everything goes as planned, we would love to have a teaser for Christmas. Obviously, that's going to drive traffic to the in-demand campaign as well, right? Because you're definitely going to get people going, I've never heard of this. Oh my God, Olivia, holy shit, I need to get a t-shirt. I need to get a Blu-ray, like whatever the case is. So that will drive traffic to the campaign too, which is really cool. So I just want to say that I not everybody, but there's always that snarky little self-entitled kind of, it's like, well, just don't watch. It's that simple, man. I'm following my dream here, dude. Like, you can watch or you can not. You can be a part of it or you. Thankfully, most people get it. Like, no, yeah, I get it. Totally. Like Dave's Rocket. He's doing his thing. He's doing that. Totally. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So, again, I appreciate everybody's love. Fast Forwards 289 sends in a $9.99 super chat. Thank you very much, Fast Forwards. And he says, what's up, Dave? I don't know about a favorite shot because there's so many, but I do love the shots of Myers and Kills walking out to kill the firefighters. And of course, any of the shots in the flashback scenes. No, dude, that's a great shot. It is a great shot. Oh yeah, when he comes out, the rain or it's raining, so the water is just kind of like teeming off the roof and stuff, and he's walking out, and that's a great shot, dude. That is a great shot, 100%. Yeah. That shot from that scene is great. Cannot agree. I could not agree with you more there. Let me see here. Zach Axiola says, Dave, with Dial of Destiny being the final Indiana Jones film, does the title evoke any sense of finality to you? If that makes sense. I'm personally on the fence about if it does. A cool title regardless. Well, I think it sort of does. I mean, obviously, The Last Crusade is the perfect title because it's on the nose. I mean, a crusade is essentially, a journey, of some kind. So it's basically saying that basically it's Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade is like saying Indiana Jones and the Last Adventure or Indiana Jones and the Last Movie. You know what I'm saying? This is the last one. I mean, it's right in the title. So, without doing that again, because you can't, Dial of Destiny, the word destiny, right, evokes so much meaning. because what is your destiny in life? Is it based on decisions you make? Do you believe in fate, right? You know what I mean? Do you believe that we're destined to end up where we end up, or, you know what I mean? So I do think, I don't know if Dial of Destiny, there's many ways you can, incorporate destiny into a title. You could even just say Indiana Jones and his destiny. I don't know. Or as George McFly would say, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Density. His I'm your density. Remember that from Back to the Future? He was so nervous he fucked up. It's the word destiny. When you think of the weight of what destiny can mean, I think it's a good choice for sure. Now, again, maybe I'll have different ideas after I see the movie. I don't know, but we'll see. Hey, yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm loving it. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, 127,254. 1,057 backers. 106%. Yes, 4 days left, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. You just got to put up with me screaming like this for 4 more days. 4 more days. 4 more days. Amazing. Can we get to 128 tonight? Can we get to 130? I don't know. Absolutely incredible. We are now less than $3,000 away from 130. 127,254, 106%, 1,057 backers, ladies and germs. Absolutely incredible. Let's see who that sexy McCrazy was, folks. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. We've got, of course, Lee Bowers, ladies and gentlemen. Lee Bowers. I don't say that. Lee, you are amazing. Lee, you might want to be thinking about getting the executive producer burger. Incredible, Lee. Absolutely incredible. Lee, of course, an amazing supporter, not just on the channel, but to the campaign. He has been just stepping up and donating and picking up perks, and there's a few people that have sort of put this campaign on their back over the last few weeks and have been incredibly generous. And Lee Bowers is one of those people. Just dropped a mini bomb of $500, and this isn't the first mini bomb of that quantity that Lee Bowers has dropped. So incredible, Lee. Thank you so much for doing that. You've got us over 127,254 with 4 days left to go. Remember, folks, every little bit helps. If a lot of people come in low, it's amazing that people like Lee and Josh and PJ Wilson, can come in with those mini nukes, right? It's absolutely fantastic. But always remember that a lot of the times these campaigns are won and stretch goals are achieved by, again, a lot of people coming in low. You know what I mean? A lot of people coming in low. $20 here, $40 there, $10 here, $50 there. It can add up, right? It can really add up. And with 4 days left to go, I remind people of those things again, because again, I'm just steering the ship, taking it in nice and steady, right? 4 days left to go. There's no sense of taking the foot off the gas. Why not utilize and take advantage of these 4 days? That's why they're there. That's why Indiegogo doesn't shut down your campaign when you reach your goal. No, it's like, well, take advantage of it. Keep going, right? You know what I mean? Because listen, if you've ever tried to get a product together or, a movie or whatever the case is, you can use extra funds. Oh, it will be used. So really awesome to see this. Thank you so much, again, to everybody who has stepped up here today. It's great to see that. You know what? Let's get to 128. I believe we can do it. Again, if you're somebody that's been thinking about it, it's been sitting on it, you've been thinking, sitting, wondering maybe, now's the time to do it. 4 days left, ladies and gentlemen. 4 days to go in the campaign. Let me see here. Lee says, we've reached 106%. We have, Lee. You're absolutely right. We have. And thanks to you. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, he's a rock star. He's fucking rock star. Let me see here. Scrolling back. Hang on a sec. Scroll up 264. We're at 264 now. Great. So somebody just donated $10. Amazing. Or yeah. Let's see who this was. Let's see who this fine person was. Larry King Jr., ladies and gentlemen. Larry King Jr. I don't know if that's an alias, but even if it is, thank you, Mr. King. Thank you, Mr. King. Donated $10. Thank you, Larry King Jr. Appreciate that very, very much. 127,264. I'm loving it. We are knocking on now 128. I believe we can get to 128 before the end of the stream today. I believe we can do it. There is no sense in taking our foot off the gas, ladies and gentlemen. There is no sense. That makes no sense. It makes no sense. Warren Armour says, I told you, Dave, I dreamed It's Me, Billy would be made. Amazing. It's funny. You're not the only one. Even Tabitha Short, one of our great moderators here on the channel, Tabitha Short reached out to me not too long ago and said, I had a dream that Olivia Hussey, about the movie being made, and Olivia Hussey was in it and all that. And I'm like, that's good. That's great. That's really awesome. It came true, Warren. It came true. It absolutely came true. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Let me see here. Hey, Geeked Out Turtle fan says, Lee has sold his kidneys, his liver, his intestines, right leg and hand. It's true. Yeah, he remortgaged his house. He sold all of his children, and sold his summer home. It's amazing. It's amazing. Let me see. Lee says, I've sold my soul to make sure this movie gets made. Indeed you have, Lee. That's you've donated quite a bit, my friend, and it is greatly appreciated. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about that. Rob Thidoff says, Dave, what do you think is the most underrated TV sitcom spinoff of all time? My vote goes to Mayberry RFD, the spinoff to the Andy Griffith Show. I've never seen that one. The most underrated spinoff? I don't know. I think probably the best spinoff of all time, or at least one of them, is definitely Frasier. But that's not underrated. I mean, that was critically acclaimed and won like tons of Emmys and everything. I don't know. The most underrated TV sitcom spinoff of all time. I don't really know. I'm not really sure. One more time. I will do a one more time if we can get this thing to 128. I will do a one more time if we can get this thing to 128, maybe even knocking on 129. I don't know. Can we do it tonight? Cody Snyder says, push it to the limit. I don't know if you guys are talking about that or not, but it works. It works. It works in the same ways. It works in the same ways, ladies and germs. 127,264. Like I said, if you're a horror fan, you might want to get in on this. Might want to pick up that Blu-ray. Just saying. Might want to get a little something from it. It's horror history, what we're creating here, folks. I mean, this is Olivia Hussey, one of horror's first final girls, returning. And that is the equivalent of Jamie Lee Curtis returning for a professionally made Halloween fan film. That's what that is. And so I know you might not think of it that way, but it wouldn't surprise me if people get kicking and screaming after they see it. They're going to go, oh, shut up. It always happens. Fast Forwards 29 sends in $4.99, says, that was my donation. I typed in my YouTube name first. I typed in my YouTube name as first, but I guess it shows up as what it was on the card. Either way, no problem. Oh, okay, cool. Well, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Fast forwards. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Let me see here. Chester Franklin Jr. says, Dave, one of my favorite shots and kills is the extended cut when Michael is behind the hedge in the flashback. 1978, once again, my man, congrats. Much love. Thank you, Chester. Yeah, that is a great shot. That's a cool shot. Yeah, very reminiscent. A lot of nostalgia, around that shot. So I definitely understand that for sure. Oh, Cody says, Dave, I was talking about everyone that's crunching one out right now. No, it's true. There are some people who need to crunch one out. Yeah, there are some people that watch me that just need to shut up and crunch one out. And you know who you are. There's those people. You know what I'm saying? People are just upset. They're angry at life. They're jealous or they're mad or, I don't know. It's just trolls and people think they're being funny. But, they really have, the IQ of a turnip and it's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way it is. And those people just need to crunch one out. Bobby's Brothers is Dave. I've spotted some mistakes on the IMDb end credits concerning an amulet in European names. For example, they are not properly displayed. I'm concerned it may happen on IMDb2 credits again. Well, in the names concerning whereabouts in the end credits, because they would have been just copied and pasted from. Are you talking about the whereabouts in the I'm not quite sure what specifically you're referring to. Not quite sure what you're specifically referring to. Do you mean like somebody like a Indiegogo backer in the list of all the Indiegogo backers? Is that what you're talking about? Is that what you're talking about? Let me know what you're talking about, because I'm not quite sure what you're referring to. If it is the Indiegogo backers, then that would have been how it was displayed with the contribution, because we just name of donor, especially surnames. Yeah, okay, so that would have been how it came in the contribution. So whoever put it in like that, that's how it was typed in. We didn't manually type it in, right? We're not manually typing everybody's name in. We are copying and pasting everybody who donates. We copy and paste that over into the thing. And so that's how it must have been with the contribution. And obviously somebody who's not European, I would not have known the difference. So unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that now. But that is definitely somebody must have signed up with a nickname or like some sort of nickname or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. But unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about it. It's that would have been whoever's name that was is how it looked when it came in. So they either did it incorrectly, or on their end it was changed to something else. Maybe they were auto corrected or something. I don't know, but that's not a mistake on our part. That would have been either a conversion mistake on their part or something, or they typed it in like that. So yeah. So if there's any names in there that are like that have the wrong letter back to front or something like that, that's supposed to be, especially surnames. Yeah, I'd have to go back and take a look again. I just thanks, Dave. May I reach out to you to check if my name is displayed correctly on my Indigo campaign donation? Absolutely. Yes. Yep. Absolutely. You can, for sure. Just DM me on my Many Things Dave McRae Facebook page and I can double check for you. But if there's a couple of European names on there where it's not displayed correctly, that would have been, Again, either that's how it would have looked to us. So we just copied and pasted it over, and we wouldn't have been any of the wiser. And nobody's reached out to say anything different. Like those people, whoever they are, they've never reached out to me to say that. So it's the first time I'm hearing about it. So, but I appreciate you saying that. But it happens. It happens. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how many mistakes are in end credits with certain names that get missed or they get accidentally left in. You know, you'll get like a John that's Jon, but in the credits it's John, or, you know, I mean, that's not so much of a big deal, but there's lots of things that are like that. I mean, look at Michael Myers, age 23. He's 21. Sometimes those things happen. Thankfully, it's not a lot of names, right? It's not an entire European donor cat or you know, backer list. So that would have been awful if it was everybody. But I do know what you're saying. There are a few names in there where there is a little bit of that, and that was just carried over. So if it's displayed incorrectly or a little back to front or whatever, my apologies for that. But that's how it would have come through. So, but yeah, just send me a DM and I can let you know. Brian Curtis sends in $4.99 says, I found the stretch goal details after messaging you on Indiegogo. Sorry about the stupid question. Oh yeah, Brian Curtis on the thing. Yeah, no worries. It's not a stupid. It's a great question. It's a great question because there are a lot of people that don't even know what stretch goals are. Like, what does that mean? What are stretch goals? I don't get it. Hey, we've gone up a little bit again. Amazing. 127,313. Let's keep going, folks. Let's keep it going. 4 days left in the campaign. That's going to change over to 3 days tomorrow at 4 p.m. And then on Wednesday, it'll be 2 days. And then on Thursday at 4 p.m., it'll be 1 day. And then come around 4 p.m. on June the 30th on Friday, it's over. It's over, folks. Get in now while the iron is hot. Trust me, you're going to want to be a part of it. Trust me. Not a stupid question at all. But yeah, no, it's there. These are just goals. It's just that extra funds to help. And like I said, we definitely will use them. There's no doubt about that. Let me see here. Aaron Click says, I guess I'm not sure what you do to not have your email name appear. I never got a question. How do you want your name to appear? Is it something to do with signing up for Indiegogo? Well, I just think that whatever, let me go back over here. So, yeah, I guess we're taking it from, it wouldn't be based on your shipping address. It would be based from your contributor. Right? So, for example, right now in the end credits would be Larry King Jr. Well, not Larry King Jr. because that's just a donation. I don't think that because they're not associated with perks. I have to double check to see. But Lee Bowers, Joshua Ryan Lott, so Joshua Ryan Lott, the full name would end up in there. And that's now, is there a way to change that? There might be. I know you can go back in, like, for example, and this is something for every contributor to keep in mind. Because again, we won't be shipping out the perks until probably like late 2020. Well, we can start shipping out some perks next year, like spring, but the Blu-rays and all that won't be obviously until late 2024, early 2025. That being said, if you move, like say you suddenly find yourself moving in September, well, don't forget to come back on here and change your address, or I'm going to ship it to your old address, which did happen a couple of times. So in changing your address, maybe you can change the name, the contributor name, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. Double check on that. Take a look and see. And maybe it's something that we can do. If if you are somebody that finds you want your name, not your not, your first, middle, and last or whatever you want proper name, not your nickname, then feel free to reach out to me in a Facebook DM, Many Things Dave McRae, and let me know what name you want. Don't feel you have to do it now because we haven't even shot the movie yet. After the movie's done and the movie goes into post-production, then feel free to reach out to me and I can make a list and tell me what name it is on the campaign and what name you want it changed to. And then maybe I can do that. But there's no sense in doing it now because we haven't even shot the movie. I'm not even going to be thinking about it. Do it next year. Like do it January, February, when the movie goes into post-production, that's when you do it. So feel free to do that if you want. But yeah. But it's funny. Yeah. All right. Let me go back over here, see how everybody's doing. How are we doing here? We've got 141 people watching. Amazing. Shout out to all you 141 sexy people around the world. 1,000 folks, 1,060 backers. We can get to 1,075. We can get to 128 tonight. We can get to 128 tonight. Come on, everybody. Come on, 127,313, 106%, 127,313. We are close, ladies and gentlemen. We are close to 128. We are less than $700 away from 128, which is the minimum target I wanted to get to tonight, and hoping that maybe on the last day of the campaign, we could cross 130. I don't know, but I wouldn't, I'd be okay if we crossed 130 tonight. I'm just saying. Let me see. Have I missed any super chats? I got Brian Curtis. Here's one. Yes, Colin sends in $1.99. Thank you, Colin. Says, Myers behind Nurse Deb and ends is a good shot in my opinion. Myers behind Nurse. Oh, yeah. Myers behind when he opens the door, right? When he opens the door. Yes, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's a good shot. Yeah. That is a good shot. Yep. Okay, got that fast forwards one. Here's one. Brian Curtis got that. Then we got Nicholas Cada. Is it Cada or Cada? I'm not sure. Sends in $4.99. Thanks, buddy. Says, good luck, Dave. One of my favorite shots. Thank you very much, by the way. One of my favorite shots in 78 is when he is cosplaying as Bob's ghost. Yes, I absolutely agree. Great shot. But we're talking about your favorite shot in the DGG trilogy, the David Gordon Green trilogy. See, if you look at my thumbnail, it says favorite shot from DGG trilogy. I know you might just be adding to it. I'm just saying. But yeah, no, that is a great shot. Oh yeah, dude. If we were opening this up, like just your favorite shot of Michael Myers, which by the way, a stream not that long ago, one of these crowdfunding streams that I did over the last 2 months here, actually, I think that was one of the titles the topic of the thing was, one of your favorite, or what is your favorite Michael Myers shot, period. That was actually a great stream. That was a great stream. Let me see here. Just to answer what Bobby's saying, I just assumed it would be a full name, which hopefully it will. It will be your full name. Like, just keep in mind that whatever you donate, whatever name you donate with, right? In terms of the email address or whatever, that's what is going to come up. So if you donate with Billy Bob 36, that's how you're going to end up in the credits. It's not going to be the name attached to your shipping address. I don't believe, because when we get the Excel report, it comes in with the email address and the name attached to the email address. And then we just copy it over. We get it all in alphabetical order and we copy it over into the credits alphabetically. It's just the easiest way for us to do that. And that way we also don't make a mistake in terms of or it lessens the probability of us making a mistake in terms of typos. That's why I know that the European style lettering with a couple of the names, I know it wasn't me typing that in. It was just copied over. So unless they made a mistake, which would be strange, but I don't know, maybe it was an autocorrect thing or something. I'm not really sure, but yeah. Steve Ross says, Dave, 10 out of 10 for It's Me, Billy Chapter 1. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Saturday was the second time I watched it. You and Bruce and the rest of the crew, plus the cast, absolutely nailed it. Can't wait for IMDb 2. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun. You know, we worked very hard, and we're working very hard right now on Chapter 2. There's lots of stuff going on behind the scenes right now that you don't even know about, that we have begun sort of assembling and getting things ready. I mean, we are about to enter a very big pre-production phase, and there's a lot to get done. Now, there's an actor's strike looming as well. The deadline is June 30th. SAG-AFTRA have agreed to strike if a deal is not reached. I read in the Hollywood Reporter, or was it Deadline? It was one of the two. I read that they are very close to reaching a deal and avoiding a strike, which is great. But we're a union project, and it's entirely possible that we could, well, it depends on how long the strike goes. We're not going to camera till the end of November anyway, earliest. So even if there was a SAG strike, it could be resolved by then, and, you know, it's not a big deal. But I do know that that is potentially looming here this week. It's a very, very big deal. And even if you don't care about It's Me, Billy, well, if there's a SAG strike, a SAG strike, if there's a SAG strike, SAG-AFTRA, if they strike, then all your favorite show, like every single show in production, shuts down. The actors are not allowed to work. So everything shuts down. See, the writer's strike is bad, and it's one thing, but there's a lot of things, a lot of episodes, a lot of material that's already in the can, ready to go. So the entertainment industry can survive for probably quite a few years not without writers, but you know, it's hurt, it's suffering, but it's continuing to move. If SAG goes on strike, there is no entertainment industry. Well, I mean, there is, but I'm just saying there are no movies, there are no TV shows. Every single Hollywood film shuts down like that. Every single Hollywood TV show shuts down like that. It's nothing. Everything stops. Everything. And so, because all the actors are union, and so they shut down. They're all on strike. So that's why this week is huge, or as Donald Trump would say, huge. It's absolutely huge. Huge. But it is. Now, like I said, I read in Deadline the other day, or the Hollywood Reporter, or one of the two, I can't remember, that they are on the verge of avoiding that, which is great. But if a deal is not met by June 30th, which is this Friday, SAG's on strike. So, like I said, even if you don't care about what we're doing and all that stuff, it affects every show and movie you want and like. So it doesn't, you know what I mean? So let's hope that doesn't happen. Let's hope that doesn't happen. Let's hope it doesn't happen, folks. Still sitting at 127,313. Folks, is it possible to get to 128 tonight? Is it possible? I don't know. I have no idea, but I'm going to keep pushing until the cows come home. That's what I have to do. I got to keep pushing until the cows come home. I know there is somebody out there that wants that Blu-ray. There's somebody out there that's been sitting there going, wait, do I want to be a part of horror history? Or do I not want to be a part of horror history? I don't know. I mean, I kind of do, but I don't really want to pay for it. But I kind of do. But I don't really see. I don't know. Lee Bauer says, my favorite shot of Michael in Halloween Kills flashback deleted is the Halloween Kills flashback deleted scene of Myers next to the hedge when Lonnie was walking home. Yeah, I think it was Chester Franklin Jr. that talked about that a little bit. And that is really, yeah, it's a great shot. That's a great shot. Absolutely, 100%. Absolutely agree. 100%. By the way, where are we sitting right now in U.S. funds? Can my American brothers and sisters tell me where on the campaign are we at U.S. funds? How close are we to 100,000 U.S.? Wouldn't that be awesome to get to 100,000 U.S.? That would be cool. That's a nice round. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Where are we right now in U.S. doll hairs? I'm just very curious. Very, very curious. Very curious. Very curious. Raw Silly says, Dave sounds like the assassin on Mel Brooks' High Anxiety. Well, that's true. Evil Monsterism says 96,786. So we're knocking on 97,000 US. Knocking on 97,000 US. Awoken Nightmare says 1,087 to get to 107%. Okay. So there it is. So we are sitting at currently 96,796. If we get to 130,000 Canadian, that would probably do it. That would probably be 100,000 US. Wouldn't that be awesome to get to 100,000 US? There's 4 days left to do it. That would be really cool. Could we do it tonight? I don't know. I mean, somebody's going to have to come out of the woodwork, but you never know. Nicholas Cada sends in $4.99 and says, leave it to the Minnesotan to get off tangent. DGG. Oh, you're from Minnesota. I get it. Yeah. The David Gordon Green is after he gets his fingers blown off and he's standing in the darkness menacing. Yeah, dude, we were talking about that. The as above, so below shot. Yeah. It's a good, it's one of my favorites from the DGG trilogy, for sure. Yeah, I talked about that at the beginning of the stream. I talked about that where the camera's down, we tilt up, well, first we see his hands, right? And it looks like he's doing that as above, so below thing. It's perfectly framed. We tilt up, nice power shot, boom. And he's standing completely silhouetted by the light behind him. It's like, oh yeah. The shape has entered the premises. The shape is here, ladies and gentlemen. Totally, 100%. It's a great shot, dude. Totally great shot. Could not agree more. 96,700. I mean, geez, we're almost at 97,000 US. God, we're so close to 100,000. 2 associate producer perks would do it. 2 associate producer perks, I think, might do it. That would do it. There's still 4 available on that one. Next Gen Studio says, favorite shot from 18 are probably when he's staring up from the basement, stops Sartain's head, and stabs Oscar. Yeah. The Oscar scene is good because even just the whole motion sensor light thing, I think, is really great too. That's just a great, just a great shot. It's really cool, for sure. I like that one. That's a good shot. Oh man, we're knocking. Let me see here. Sebastian says, Sebastian's talking to Geek. That's good. Just scrolling back to see if there's anybody else I missed. How many people got? 146 people watching. That's really good. Very good. I like that. Let me see. Okay, hang on a sec. I haven't missed any super chats, right? Let me go back. I don't think I have. I don't think I've missed any super chats. No. Okay. Just want to make sure. I haven't missed anything. I have too many windows up again. All right, there we go. Scrolling. Keep that scrolling going. 1,060, folks. Anybody out there, any takers? Want to get us to 1,070 backers? Gonna give shout out. Hey, have I given the shout outs to the most recent? I don't think I have. Let me just see here. Gotta give some shout outs to the most recent backers. We've got Daniel Winter. Daniel Winter picked up the end credits perk. Thank you very much, Daniel. Really appreciate that. And James Glenn Robinson donated $35. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you, James. Really appreciate that. very, very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me go back over here. Fast forwards 289, sends in $4.99, says, what kind of YouTube videos do you usually watch? I'm always watching car mechanic related videos. With a name like Fast Forwards, I'm surprised. The only movie channels I watch are yours and TSL's. What do I watch? Not a lot. I mean, I do watch Frank and Darren. I watch Cody Leach from time to time. I mean, the ones in our space, depending on what they're talking about, I will tune in, like Lee McCoy and Wolfman Scott Nards. It depends on what they're talking about. I will tune in. But beyond that, I don't watch a lot of movie YouTube channels. I find we are inundated with woke, or the anti-woke brigade. And it's just exhausting, and it's all over the place, and it's just exhausting. So it's a turnoff for me. They have their viewers and whatnot, but I find the culture war in entertainment is just as annoying as the culture war in politics. So, and again, that doesn't mean there's not truth to perhaps what these people are saying. It's very difficult to take, I mean, it's just a lot of these channels are in the business of what they're in the business of. And so, whenever I go searching for on the odd occasion that I do, I go searching for movie channels or, I don't know, a movie review or something. There's quite a few movie review channels that aren't bad. I do find Chris Stuckman quite good, quite balanced. I do like him. There's a gentleman, there's a few that I like. But I don't get caught up in the whole, I forget the name of their channels now, but there's channels out there that are, like every thumbnail they have is, Kathleen Kennedy sucks and Star Wars is dead and Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny's garbage and they haven't even seen the movie yet, but they have a invested interest in I mean, they are part of the culture war. It's what they do. It's their jobs, right? So I just find those people very difficult to take seriously. Again, that doesn't mean there's not some truth into what they're talking about or the things they point out, but it's it's exhausting. It's exhausting. I don't need anybody to tell me how to think or what to think. I'll go watch the Dial of Destiny myself. And if I think it's a big pile of shit, I'll let you know. If I think it's great, I'll let you know. I got no dog in the fight, right? Whereas a lot of these channels, they've built an entire community around viewers, around the groupthink, right? So the only people that watch them are people that agree with them, and people will watch them just to have their anger confirmed and acknowledged, right? So there's really no objective. It's like politics, right? All the liberals are watching just the liberal stuff, and all, the conservatives are watching just the conservative stuff. And, I mean, that's all it is. And it's the same in, the entertainment culture war as well. And so there's no objectivity really there at the end of the day. Again, there's nuances to what I'm saying. I'm painting a very broad sort of stark contrast picture, but I'm doing that to make a point, right? That it's just, I just find it funny how there are people that will listen to somebody say, I think this movie's garbage, it's dog shit, don't go see it, and they will not go see it. And I just find that, God, no wonder we're fucked. No wonder we as a society are so easy to manipulate and control, and fool. I mean, like they say, like Obi-Wan said, who's the more foolish, the fool or the fool who follows him? And it's true. You know, it's very easy. You just need, so I find that there's a lot of that in the entertainment space. And I try not to get, sometimes I'll click on a video not realizing it's that channel, and then I'll go to their channel and I'll see, oh, they've got an entire catalog of, you know, sucks, woke, dumpster fire, wrecked, owned, annihilated, Kathleen Kennedy sucks, Star Wars dead, you know, all, and big, you know, the thumbnails and the, you know, the this kind of stuff and it's all it is. It's all it is. You know, 3 videos a day, every day. That's all it is. That's a job. That's not somebody who can possibly be objective. That's not somebody, in my opinion, that is going to go watch a movie they've been talking about that is going to be dog shit, go watch it, love it. Do you think those people could jump on the, like, actually really like the movie and have the balls to jump on and say, you know what, I really liked it. I was wrong. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. They're going to find something they don't like about it because they have an audience expecting them not to like it. So they have to not like it. It's politics, but in the entertainment side. Now, again, that doesn't mean there's not truth to a lot of what they're saying. Just like, you know, you listen to somebody on the left talk and you go, oh, that's kind of true. You listen to somebody on the right talk and you go, oh, that's kind of true. It doesn't mean there's not truth into what they're saying. But there's no real objectivity that's happening here. There is an audience they've built. There is an audience they're speaking to, and you know, I find that it's now in the entertainment sphere. You know what I mean? There are people that are saying, fuck Phoebe Waller-Bridge, dog shit, Indy sucks, woke, Dial of Destiny, Dial of Dumpster Fire, more like it. Fuck this, fuck that, Disney sucks, Kathleen Kennedy fucking sucks, Disney sucks. And they haven't even seen the movie yet. But they have to do that because their audience relies on them to do that. They can't not do that, or they're going to be seen as a shill. They're going to be seen as, what, you like the movie? Even if they actually walk out going, I actually kind of like it. They can't get on their channel now and say that they did. I can, because I got no fucking dog in the fight. If I thought the movie was shit, I'll tell you it's shit. If I thought it was great, I'll tell you it's great. I do not believe, now maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, but I have trouble believing that a lot of these channels, if they really like the movie, they would get on their channel going, well, I know I have, 247 thumbnails of shit, wreck, dumpster, fucking ball, suck, dog, shit, fucking sucks, shit, fucking sucks, dumpster fire, Kathleen Kennedy sucks, fucking shit. But you know what? The movie was actually fucking fantastic. No way. No way. No way. Do you believe they do that? Because I don't. So that's why I think, that's why I think it's so important that we all judge movies ourselves. That doesn't mean there's not people you don't align with, or you don't share some commonalities with, or share some, likes and dislikes with. That's fine. But at the end of the day, go watch the movie. Go watch the movie. I've spoken to a few people who've already seen Indiana Jones, and they've said, it's fine. They've said exactly what I said it was going to be in a video that I uploaded a couple of weeks ago. They said, it's fine. It's not Raiders or, Temple or that. No, of course not. It can't be, but it's way better than Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. And they said, it's beautifully directed, beautifully shot. You got the Indiana Jones. And if your expectations are it has to be as good as the original 3, well then, yeah, you're going to be disappointed. But if your expectations are just going in, having a fun time, watching Indy one last time in a really cool adventure film that feels like Indiana Jones, and that just puts a smile on your face, and you're not expecting it to reinvent the genre or the wheel or, the series, you'll walk out going, it's fine. It's fine. It's James Mangold. It's not going to be dog shit, fucking shit, the doggest shit I've ever seen. It's dog shit, the worst movie of all time. It's not. It's James Mangold. It's not going to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Logan, Ford v Ferrari, 310 to Yuma, Identity, Walk the Line, Copland. I mean, come on. It's not going to be the worst movie of all time. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It is absolutely horrible. Like these channels, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, talk about hyperbolic. You know what I'm saying? So I'm somebody that feels you should just judge it on your own. And hearing people say, it's fine. You know, and now to you, they might be like, it's fine, that's it. Well, he's 80. He's 80. It can't be like it was before. It's about an older Indiana Jones at the end of his career in life. That's the story. That's the narrative. So if you're looking for swashbuckling raiders, you're not going to get it. I mean, there is a lot of adventure in the movie, but you're not going to get the Raiders' young, spry Indiana Jones. No, you're getting an 80-year-old Indiana Jones. Some people have said it feels unnecessary because it is. It is unnecessary. Just like an aging rock band doing one last final tour. Well, they didn't sound like they did when they were 30 because they're 80. It's kind of unnecessary. It is. Then why are we going? Because they're legendary. Because they're legendary and you're going for the nostalgia and a good time and you walk away hoping it was a good show. And that's it. That's where my expectations are. I want to go in, just have a good time, go, you know what, that was fun. Great to see Harrison Ford as Indy again. I had fun. That was great. Cool. Absolutely better than, the fourth movie. A lot of fun. Is it as great as the originals? No. Is it the best movie of the year? No, probably not. Are you going to watch it over and 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 over? Well, no, I probably won't. No, but I mean, we got to get out of this. It's got to be a 10 or it's shit. It's like, no, sometimes 7 out of 10 movies are really good. You know, it's okay if it's not perfect. Anyway, I digress. Those things just, God, we gotta just go dog shit. It's like, oh God. Anyway. We moved at all. Hey, we've moved up. We're knocking on 128. I love it. We're knocking on 128, ladies and gentlemen. We're knocking on 128. And by the way, before anybody says I'm talking about a specific channel, I'm not. I'm talking about any channel that just spends their life doing that. Hey, all power to you. And I sincerely mean this. You're making a living. You're doing it. You're passionate about it. That's awesome. But I just think that for me, it's difficult to take these channels seriously with any with any objectivity because, well, I mean, you know what I'm saying, right? Like, I mean, it's not that, there's lots of them. I don't even know half the names of them because, again, I will see the thumbnails and I'll be like, oh my God, look at all the, and maybe it's from the same channel. I don't know. But I do know there's a lot of channels in the culture war. And like I said, I mean, listen, they don't care about me. I'm too small of a channel, but all power to you. Sincerely, I mean that. But I just find it funny. It's just every video. It's like, oh my God. Hey, how about we talk about what you do like? That would be fun. That'd be a game changer. 127,618. Let me see. Who was this? We got amazing Josh Millard coming in, my man Josh coming in and picking up another double blue. They just send that box. Amazing. Thank you, Josh. Really appreciate that, buddy. Thank you so much. And Paul Sikorsky, I think, right? Buys the official poster. Very cool. Thank you very much, Paul. You're going to love that poster, by the way. By the way, the official poster is going to come with a billing block at on the bottom as well, with all the names and all that. So it's going to look awesome. It's going to look sweet, dude. Teresa, the tea is sweet tonight. Thank you very much, Teresa. Just donates $20. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. And Eli Binhack, is that how you say that? Binhack? Eli Binhack picks up the double blue. Amazing. You're getting It's Me Billy Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. Yeah, folks, the double blue perk is awesome because on the double blue, you get both movies, but you also get your name in the end credits. You get the digital, I think you get the digital download package for Chapter 2. Do you? Let me see here. Double blue. Yeah, you get this, your name in the end credits, the digital download package for Chapter 2, and you get It's Me Billy Chapter 1 and 2 on Blu-ray. On the It's Me Billy Chapter 1 Blu-ray, there is a hour-long an hour-long featurette of the behind the scenes. So you'll get the movie, you'll get the director's commentary as well. You'll get a like 60-minute BTS featurette. You'll get trailers and teasers and all that kind of stuff. So it's really cool. And chapter 2 will come with with the same thing, essentially. Anyways, now that my rant is over about the state of, because that was based on a question. Somebody had asked me, I think, was it Fast Forwards that asked me? I think it was. Yeah, I know it was you that asked me, do you watch any movie channels? And I do from time to time, but I guess I was just trying to say of how difficult it can often be to find just people just talking movies, without a political slant to it. Do you know what I mean? Because a lot of the big channels that do get recommended to you because of the volume of subscribers they have and the volume of views they have, their content gets pushed out the most. And because their content gets pushed out the most, they get the most recommended to you, right? So it can be hard to find just people just talking movies, having fun, like what Frank and Darren do. They're just talking about their fun movies and having fun. And again, I'm not calling out anybody specific. It's just the pattern I've noticed in the space where it just feels like, there's a lot of that. And it's like, that's fine. And like I've said many times, I could listen to these people and go, you know what? I agree with that. I agree with what they're saying there. They got a great point. Bang on. Absolutely. It's just the inundation and volume of hatred and vitriol to a movie that hasn't even come out yet. It's like, is this where we are now? Is this where we are now? Okay, I'm going to go watch the movie and see how I feel about it, And I think we all should do that. Let's pretend it's 1994 and there is no YouTube and social media and there's nobody going "Rah!" in your ear. And the only way you saw a movie was you found it in the back of the newspaper where all the movie advertisements were. You saw a trailer in the movie theater or a commercial on TV and you're like, hey, that looks good. Let's go see that. And you made up your own mind. Listen, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull has a 77% on Rotten Tomatoes. A 77. Do you think if Kingdom of the Crystal Skull had come out today with YouTube and social media and all that it would have a 77? Nope. Not a chance in hell. We are influenced by these channels and by our peers and by what people say. Now, that's no surprise. It's no shock, right? But we are disproportionately influenced. We are influenced too much to the point where when we go in a lot of cases, subconsciously, our minds are already made up. We go into movies expecting to hate them, wanting to hate them, pissed off, or the opposite, wanting to like them, expecting, whatever the case is, right? But especially today, we go into these things with those channels and those people we watch and, the reviews we read and the Rotten Tomatoes score we just read and, the tweets we were just involved with and all that stuff is seeping into our subconscious. We go in and the movie's probably fine, but you walk out going, oh, did you see? And because, so it's just, it's changed. It's changed. It wasn't like that when I was growing up as a teenager. There was no social media. There was no YouTube. The only way I saw a trailer in the movie theater, I saw a commercial on TV, or I was flipping through the newspaper, reading my dad's column, and I would flip through the paper and I would see, oh, hey, look, there's the movie advertisements, right? Coming soon, coming to a theater near you. Ooh, oh, that looks cool. What's that? And you'd read about it and, let's go see that or whatever, right? And you go see it. And I cannot help but feel that I firmly believe this. Some of our most beloved movies that we loved, Goonies, Back to the Future, Star Wars, Gremlins, Halloween, Elm Street, Friday, whatever the case is, if social media had existed in the 80s and Rotten Tomato existed in the 80s, Rotten Tomatoes, there is no way in hell that we would feel as nostalgic for a lot of the movies we do if the same kind of entertainment space existed then as it does today. No way in hell. No way in hell. We have such love and affection for these movies. Yes, truth, because there, in a lot of the cases, there weren't, political agendas. And does that stuff exist? Does the woke stuff? 100% it does. Absolutely. But I guarantee you that there'd be a lot of movies that would be coming out, whether it's Back to the Future or I don't know. I mean, Jesus, if Terminator 2 had come out today, it would be all about woke Sarah Connor. It's true. It's true. And so we just got to pretend that it's the old days. And again, I'm not saying don't watch people. I'm just saying that always keep in mind that these really big channels that make a living off of this have an invested interest. They're part of the culture war. And it doesn't mean there isn't a lot of truth into what they say, but I would never the vitriol and the hate. It feels forced. It feels like, how do you know? You haven't seen it. How do you know? And then it's like, well, you've already made up your mind. And then the movie comes out. Oh, what a shock. They post a video. I was right. Oh, what a shock. So-and-so hates the movie. Didn't see that coming. So it's like, I don't know. I feel very passionate about this because I'm a movie fan. I'm a movie guy and we're all fans. And again, I'm not telling you not to watch people or whoever you watch. And I'm not calling out anybody specific. Again, I don't watch these people, but I get recommended their stuff. I see their, thumbnails. I see the content that they produce because, and every now and then I've clicked on a video from time to time just to see what they're ranting about. But it's one of those things where I just think it's so important for us as a society, whether it's politics, whether it's entertainment, let's not get caught up in keep an arm's length. Keep an arm's length, right? That's why I've always tried to do my best to not get caught up in the tribalism and in the teams of it all, right? Blue, red, blue, left, right. This not, you know what I mean? That doesn't mean that maybe you don't lean, a little left of center, or I don't lean, lean a little right. Whatever the case is, that's fine. That's fine, right? I mean, we all agree with what we agree with, and we don't with what we don't. But man, we got to just. You know what I mean? Like maybe Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is a piece of shit. Maybe it is. But go make up your own mind and never be afraid to like it. Never be afraid to say, you know what? I liked it. I thought it was really good. I don't know what these guys are talking about. I thought it was fun. I had a good time. You know what I mean? And I can't help but think that in the 80s, if this all existed in the 80s, Back to the Future, Terminator 2, Aliens, I know that's 1979. I know T2 was 91, but I'm just saying like a lot of these movies that we love today would be hated. We wouldn't have the same nostalgic affection today for a lot of movies if this kind of thing existed then. We wouldn't. I bet you there's a lot of fucking movies out there, a lot of movies that are fine. They're fine. There's nothing wrong with them. That because of the expectations, because our minds are made up before we lock in, and that didn't happen back, when I was a kid. It didn't happen back then. It was just, like I said, you just saw an advert and it looked good. Hey, that commercial on TV looks good. You want to go see it? Yeah, let's go see it. Woo! And that was it. And then you got a real that's a real objective response. Hey, this movie looks good. Want to go see it? Let's go see it. But now with the internet and the ease of access to information, the BTS and the leaks and the behind the scenes and all the stuff, all the knowledge we have before the movie even comes out is hindering our movie-going experience 100%. And listen, I'm not saying I'm void of it. I mean, I'm caught up in it too. It hinders my experience too. I'm just saying it happens. And we got to be aware of that. And so I do feel passionately about this. I'm speaking out a bit more about it now because it's Indiana Jones and it's about a movie that I'm really looking forward to. But it's about any movie. A lot of these channels have an invested interest. They're part of the culture war. And that's why every video they do is about this stuff. I don't know. I have a feeling Dial of Destiny is fine. It's fine. If you're expecting Raiders, well then, yeah, you'll probably like, you know, but if you're just like, yeah, it's 80-year-old Indiana Jones, one last ride, had a good time, great. Then great. You know what I mean? But I stand my ground. A lot of the movies we love today, we'd probably hate today if the social war and the culture war existed back then. That's how I feel. Anyways, now that rant's done, let me see here. Where are we here on the campaign? We're still sitting at 1,065 backers, 127,678, ladies and gentlemen. We are knocking on 128. Let's get to 128, baby. Let's get to 128. Sorry for that rant, by the way, but you know me, I like to go on my rants. I don't know. And again, that's not me saying that we should accept garbage and we should accept shoehorned in agendas and, you know, all that. That's not me saying that. I just think we need to be balanced. You know what I'm saying? We need to be balanced. We can get angry when things are dog shit. We can get angry when our intelligence is insulted. We can get angry when we're fed dog shit. Absolutely. But to say something's dog shit before it's even come out, you know, I just think it's like, oh, God, is this where we are now? Anyway, that's how I feel about it. All right. Sorry, fast forward. That was like, what, a 30-minute rant? Josh Lott sends in $5, says, Dave, you might enjoy Film Master Adam's Halloween review series. Cool. Okay. I will check him out. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, buddy. I will check him out. Evil Monster Room says, Dave, I ordered the official poster. That was you, buddy. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Aaron Click says, you've got to protect yourself at all times. Or Dave McCray. There you go. That's true, Aaron. Fast forward, sends in $9.99 and says, 100% agree, sad but true. That's why I've always liked your channel. You're honest and upfront and not afraid to voice your opinions. Don't always agree, but like how you look at things objectively. Well, that's just it, right? Of course, we're not always going to agree. We all have our likes and our dislikes and our passions and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. It like I said, all power to these channels. And listen, it's not that there isn't a place for them. There is a place for them, and they are important to a degree, because when there really is dog shit to fucking talk about, they're the channels you want them calling it out, right? Because they have big channels with hundreds of thousands of subs and hundreds of thousands of views and big reach. You want those channels to call that shit out. The problem is that in my estimation, when you become that kind of a channel, you then have to keep up, right? And you know, even when something is not really a big deal, because you gotta produce content, you gotta keep it out there, you gotta keep it going, and that's sort of the handcuff that I was talking about, where it's like, you know, not everybody, you know what I mean? Anyway, where Nomad has gone before sends in $2, says, I think you missed my earlier super chat. Thanks, buddy. Let's go back and see. I probably did. On my fucking epic rant, I probably missed it. Let me go back. Okay, I'm not seeing anything. 1 second. Let me scroll down. Let me scroll down. Where Nomad has gone before. Ah, there it is. You're right, I did. Sends in $10. Thanks, buddy. Really appreciate that. Says, hi, Dave. I just put in for days off to meet you in Glendale the 7th and 8th. Amazing. Hope you take a selfie with the next Freddie. I hope so. Hope to take a selfie with the next. Absolutely, dude. 100%. But that's got to be Friday night. And I believe there might be a photo op opportunity as well with myself and Miko and maybe even Vince as Ghost Jason from Never Hike Alone. Now that obviously would be a paid photo. I'm not sure how that's going to work yet and whatnot. I got to figure all that out. But yeah, very cool, man. Very cool. Yes, very cool. Yeah, that's right. On July 7th, 8th, and 9th, I will be at Monster Mad Monster, excuse me, in Glendale, Arizona for Dylan's New Nightmare. I will be there with Miko and Ron Sloan and the entire cast and crew. We'll have like 4 or 5 tables and a bunch of Dylan's New Nightmare stuff. I'll be in Freddy makeup Friday night. The advanced premiere of Dylan's New Nightmare is that Friday night. Robert Englund is going to be I don't know if he's going to be at the premiere, but he'll definitely be at the convention. Dick Warlock will be there. Kane Hodder will be there. Tom Atkins will be there. I believe even David Howard Thornton, Art the Clown, he'll be there. Yeah, it's a stacked group of people that are going to be there. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. And there'll be some photos that I'll have that I'll, of me as Freddy that I can sign for anybody who cares. Yeah, very cool indeed. Looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. It's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. Let me see. We're still sitting at 127,678. Can we get to 128 before the end of the stream? Hey, what is 107? Somebody had mentioned what 107% was. Somebody had mentioned what 107% was. Let me just see here. 107% is 128,400. So still about $800 away. Not sure if we're going to get to that tonight, 127 or 128,400. Not entirely sure. Maybe, I mean, you never know, right? I mean, there could be a mini bomb that gets dropped. Somebody might come in and pick up an associate producer perk. Again, there's still those executive producer perks available. Not sure, but who knows? For those of you that are just joining me, again, my goal, there's still 4 days left in the campaign. My goal is to get to minimum 130,000 by the end of the week, I think, which would be in a nice spot for us. I mean, if we could get there tonight, that would be great, but that's okay. I do think it's possible to get to 128 tonight, though, which was my minimum of where I wanted to be. So maybe we'll do that. I don't know. And then, I mean, geez, could we get an extra 2,000? If we get to 128 tonight, is it possible? Do you guys think it's possible to get to 130 by the end of the week? I mean, that gives us like 3.5 days. I don't know when I'll be able to do another stream, but I get it. I mean, I don't need to do the stream to make that happen, but very cool. Robert Kitzmiller sends in $10. Why'd I yell that so loud? I love the image of the shape at the bottom of the stairs locked in the cellar. Yeah, me too, buddy. Me too. Flames in the background. He just has this boyish look about him. Almost like we get a glimpse of 6-year-old Michael. Ooh, I like it. I like your thinking there, buddy. I like that. Yeah, it's almost like he's sort of this regression almost, right? This little regression kind of back to, you know, where things are. That's that. You know what? You're the first person I've ever heard mention that. I mean, who knows what's going on in his mind, but you're getting that sense, right? You're getting a little bit of that sense that maybe there is a bit of that, regression. Hey, I just noticed that one second here. There we go. I think I need a little too much headroom, but anyway, that'll be fine for now. Just want to put Michael, there he is. Yeah, it is great. It is really cool. I could not agree with you more. Yeah, knocking on one. Ooh. Hey, did we just go up again? I think we just went up again. Hang on a sec. We're now sitting at 127,688, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Donald Larson donated $10. Thank you, Donald. We got Marcos Alfaro. Marcos Alfaro. Is that how you say that, buddy? My apologies if I'm butchering it. Picked up the Victoria Miro autograph number 3. Amazing. Awesome. Thank you so much for that. So yeah, we are currently sitting at right now 127,688. We are just basically $312 away. $312 from 128. That's totally doable. I wanted to get to 1,075 backers tonight. That would be really cool. But hey, there's still time. There's still like I said, it says 4 days, but three and a quarter days maybe left. Now that the hours are beginning to tick by. They're beginning to tick by. Sozo says, how come my super chat wasn't read? Or Soza, excuse me. It's just because I missed it. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. Let me get it, buddy. Don't worry. I'm on it. Let me see. I must have missed it. There it is. Yes, there it is. Soza De Niro sends in $4.99 and says, keep politics out of movies and sports. We watch these things to escape reality. It's a very good point. I think I agree with you. In the sense of that I think it's important that, look, having social commentary in movies, especially even horror movies, is nothing new. But there is a difference between shoehorning something in, beating somebody over the head with it, the message appearing condescending, pretentious, preachy, Black Christmas 2019. There's a big difference between that and weaving it into the fabric of the narrative and allowing the audience to make up their minds, or, a little bit of that subtext, a little bit of that social commentary. Because listen, I do agree that any filmmaker, if they have a message they want to express, they should be allowed to do it. The problem is that if it's too on the nose, you run the risk of alienating your audience because it comes across as a little too preachy, right? And therefore, any important message you might have actually had gets lost in translation. And so it's very important that if you have a strong message that you believe in, whether it is, LGBTQ rights, whether it's, female empowerment, whether it's, whatever the case is, right? Whatever the message that you feel really strongly about. Say you're a filmmaker, you feel really strongly about it. It's very important in my estimation. I know I'm a white straight guy, so maybe my fucking opinion doesn't matter. But if you want to speak to an audience that isn't just your base, that isn't just people that are going to agree with you anyway, right? You want to speak to new people, new audiences, and make them see something that's important to you. Maybe they won't agree with you at the end of the day, but maybe they'll be like, but you know what? I get it. I get what you're saying. You've done a really good job with this story. You've done a really good job with the story and the execution and the characters. It's powerful and the message, really well done. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, right? If you want to reach people, because it's not about reaching people that already agree with you. At least I wouldn't think it would be. It's about getting your message out to people who don't agree with you, or maybe who don't understand. Now, that doesn't mean that they're going to understand. They may still look at your movie or your message and go, whatever, right? You know what I mean? You can't please everybody. But if you feel really passionate about something, the last thing you want to do is come across as preachy, condescending, pretentious, and on the nose, because you're going to alienate an audience that feels like they're being coddled to and you're beating them over the head. And then whatever important message you have gets completely lost in translation. The people that are going to agree with you anyway, they don't matter. I mean, unless of course you're running for re-election, and then of course you got to, you have to, hype up your base. Your base does matter in politics for sure. But you got to reach people that don't agree with you, or that maybe you don't see eye to eye with. That's the whole point of, because why would you do this movie for people that already agree with the message? Right? Why would you deliver a controversial movie or a touchy subject or whatever the case is for people who are going to agree with it anyway? Right? It's not for, it's for them, but it's not, it's trying to it's trying to reach new people. And I believe we should be allowed to do that. Now, that doesn't mean that those movies are going to be successful. And all these channels that call out, whoa, garbage, whoa, they're allowed to do that. They're allowed to do that. And I think where the problem lies with a lot of this stuff is that it isn't subtext. It isn't woven into the fabric of the narrative with great performances, a great story, a great message that every human being can relate to because of the human element to it, right? Of how you touch everybody. That's hard to do. That's very hard to do. And in today's political climate, we'll call it, it can be very difficult for people to, not want to go there because they're angry and they're upset and they want to get their message out. Rah! But if it gets lost in translation, nobody cares, right? It's like what you're saying. I don't care, but you can care. I bet you, Soza, there's a lot of movies you've watched that do have political messages and subtext and themes to it. You might not know it consciously, but they're with powerful messages that involve women, minorities, different groups, races, all absolutely. But because it's told in a very sort of mature and grounded, powerful way, it doesn't come across as inauthentic. People can recognize inauthenticity. People know when they're being beaten over the head with something and it's not, you know what I mean? And so I do agree with what you're saying. But I'm all for it, but just tell great stories. Make a great story with great characters and don't worry. You know what I mean? That's what it's really all about. That's how I feel about it anyway. That's how I feel about it. All right. Are we getting closer at all? Are we getting closer? I'm not 100% sure. We are. We're inching up. Another $10 has come in, ladies and gentlemen. There we are. We are basically $300 away from 128. Can we hit 128 tonight? I don't know if we can, but maybe we can. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. Let's see who that was. That must have been another $10 donation. Let me see here. It was Mike Lawrence. It was Mike Lawrence and Donald Larson. Oh, I think I said Donald before, right? I think I did. Maybe I didn't. Donald and Mike just donated $10 each. So we're now sitting at $127,698. We are so close now to 128. I believe we can get to 128 before the end of the stream tonight. And that would leave us only $2,000 away from 130. Again, I don't know if it's going to happen. We've definitely slowed down, obviously. People have, they see that, they've accomplished their goal. We don't need to donate now. But again, we are in stretch goal mode. There's still 4 days left. There's no sense in just letting this go to waste. Why not continue to raise funds, right? You would do it if you were in my position, and you would. So that's why we're doing it, is because we can definitely use that contingency and extra money and that cushion for sure. So we want to take advantage of these last 4 days of the campaign, and then, and then we'll see what happens. Aaron Click says, Dave, without getting super political, there are people happy that the billionaire board titan died. I think it's sick. I get the disdain for billionaires, but wouldn't wish death upon them. Thoughts? Yeah, well, that's part of it, right, Aaron? I mean, it's that whole thing where, that's where we are, right? That's the disconnect that we have. And let's not forget that Stockton Rush was not a billionaire, okay? Stockton Rush, who was the CEO of OceanGate. Look, I mean, I'm not saying that people should be glad he died, but if there's anybody to blame, it's him. The billionaire that was on the boat, by all accounts, was a wonderful man. I think billionaires get bad raps because we think of them all as, Donald Trumps, and that's not the case at all. Or Bezos or Musk, or something. That's not. There are a lot of billionaires in the world that you've never heard of. You know what I mean? There's a lot of billionaires in the world that are great people that do really great things, and so. but that doesn't surprise me. It's where we are in the world. I mean, just look at Twitter. Just look at the world, right? It's shit. It's just shit. Like everybody just, basically the entire world is just one big, that's what it is. That's what it is, and it's just, and, it's just so crazy. So, my thoughts on the Titan thing are that it's sad. Of course it's sad. Loss of life like that is sad. However, it's not surprising. I sort of feel the way I do, like how James Cameron feels. It's kind of like, well, what did you expect? It's like, and it's hard to feel sorry for Stockton Rush because he turned down, he ignored all the warnings. Ignored them. I feel sorry for the father and his son and the guy they call PJ or whatever, JP, or I think it's PJ, a Titanic expert, and the billionaire that was there. That was, I believe there was only one billionaire on the boat. Oh, no, two. There were two. The father of the kid and the other guy. So there were two, but the other three were not. Or so I guess the kid, is, kind of by default, but he's not a billionaire. But Stockton was not. And so, it's sad. It's very, 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 very sad. Unfortunate, but not surprising. And I think it's very difficult to feel sorry for him, because he knew about this. He knew about this. So yeah, I feel, it's sad, but not surprising. That's kind of how I feel about it. So, but the internet, billionaires, millionaires, people with money. Oh God. The world, folks, the world. 1, 2, 3, we're $302 away. Can we do it, folks? Can we do it? Only $302 away from 128. Don Larson sends in $10. Thanks, Don. Really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Just supporting the channel. Awesome. Don says, Dave, I hope you're seeing the discussion among your community and they are encouraging one of your fans is ill. You really have a family here. Yes, there is somebody, sorry, I'm not, yes. I am aware. It's Steve Ross. Yes, I am aware. Oh, absolutely. Yes. No, I am aware of it. And yeah, Steve, we're pulling for you. We are. I mentioned that to you the other day. And, we believe you can do it. You know what I mean? I mean, that's what life's all about right there. I mean, all this shit, this anger and vitriol, it means nothing at the end of the day. Think about that. You think Steve gives a shit about that stuff? He doesn't care about that stuff, man. He just wants to wake up tomorrow, make sure everything's okay. That's what it's about. That's what life's about. All this nonsense and this shit, it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. We're with you, Steve. We are with you, man. Josh Lott sends in $10 and says, Dave, essay question. Okay, answer it, and I'll get us to 128K before the end of the stream. Oh, here we go. Some say that evil can't exist without good. Okay. How does this quote relate to the ending of Halloween 2? How does it relate to the ending of Halloween 2? Well, I would say that maybe because Dr. Loomis and Michael Myers died together. Michael, of course, is evil. Dr. Loomis is good. Now, if Laurie Strode had died, because they're brother and sister in Halloween 2, you could look at them as the yin and the yang, right? You know what I mean? The pure, virgin, sweet, good girl. But she survived. So Michael and his Dr. Loomis is good. Michael is evil. And since the evil dies, the good has to go with Michael. So I would say maybe something like that, the sacrifice that Loomis makes. But now I'm reading your question. I'm thinking there might be another answer to it. Evil can't exist without good. How does it relate to the ending of Halloween 2? Maybe if you rephrase the, if I'm wrong and you're thinking of something else, like, is that a quote at the end of, I don't think that's a quote at the end of Halloween 2. Like, the only spot I can think of it happening is in the marshal's car with the exposition, but I don't recall that. Yeah, I'm trying to think here. Before the end of the stream, some say that evil can't exist without good. It's true. How does this quote relate to the ending of Halloween 2? I think that's what you mean, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong, and I admit I could be wrong, but it just could be because I'm not understanding the question. It could be that I'm just not understanding the question. Let me see here. Oh, somebody else did a better job than me. Like Raphael said, Ninja Turtles, good answer. Oh, like Raphael said, Ninja Turtles, good answer. Oh, okay. All right. Well, maybe that's it then. Hey, okay. Because that's what I'm thinking about. There's a couple of, again, I'm thinking very hard on it, but that's what I would think, right? So the evil and the good, they had to die together. Loomis had to die. Yeah, that's my answer anyway. That's my answer. Sebastian says, Josh Lott, are you the Riddler? Are you the Riddler? Oh, are you the Riddler? Rob Lucas says, when there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth. Yeah, that's a great line. That's an absolutely great line. I agree with, it's a cool line, for sure. For sure. Evil Monsterism says he's saying Halloween 2 can't exist without Halloween 5 because the good sequels spot the evil. Well, that is true. That is a very good point. Yep. I would tend to agree with that. I think that is probably very true. Very true, ladies and gentlemen. Very true. Let me see here. Okay, have I got all the super chats? I think I've got them all. I just want to make sure I've got them all, although I'm not 100% sure if I have. Josh Lott, yes. Don Larson, okay. Robert Kitzmiller, I love the image of the shape of the above the side of the flag. Yes, we got that. Sosa De Niro, excuse me. Got that. Thank you, Sosa. Appreciate it. Okay, I think I've got them all. I believe so, anyway. I believe so. Whew. I believe so, folks. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. Let's keep it going, folks. 127,698. Let's keep it going. Every little bit helps, ladies and gentlemen. One more time. Remember that song? Steve Ross says, Dave, I know, Dave. I love you, Dave, the channel and the community. We're right behind you, man. We know you can get through it. We know you can. I'm just scrolling back to see here if there's any American Turkey Burger. I haven't seen American Turkey Burger in a while. American Turkey Burger says, we should keep this campaign going longer. Honestly, it could help with production. Well, the campaign, I can't keep the campaign going longer than 60 days. So you see here, it says 4 days, right? So in 4 days from now, the campaign will close. I have no control over that. But because we reached our goal of 120,000, it goes into demand, into what's called in demand. And that means we can continue to raise money throughout the summer and into the fall and all that kind of stuff. But it would be great to gain some more money here in the 4 days that we have left, so that the first payout we get from Indiegogo is a nice chunk, one lump sum that we put into the bank account that's designated for it. And we're in good shape. We're in good shape, right? And then the in-demand funds that we raise throughout the next few months, that will just get added to it. Indiegogo, I think, would disperse that once a month or something to that degree. But of course, there's, Indiegogo fees and all that kind of stuff too. But yeah, I mean, there's 4 days left in the initial campaign, and there's no reason why we can't get to, there's no reason why, I don't feel there's any reason why we can't get to 130 by the end of Friday afternoon, I would say, right? I think it's Friday afternoon at around 4 p.m., I think is when the campaign will close, if I'm not mistaken. It says the campaign will go into in demand on July 1st. So yeah, I'm assuming that it will close, and then I don't know if there's something that they have to do. I'm not really sure, but would love to get to 130. Would love to get to 130. Blah, blah, blah. CM 152 from one. Oh, hang on. Oh, on the American side. Yeah. On the American side, you're right. You're right. Yeah, we're sitting at one. We're knocking on the door. We're knocking on the door. 127,998. 1,069 backers, ladies and gentlemen. CM's got it. He's got it right. $2 away from 128. Can we go over 128? Can we go over 128? I think we can, ladies and gentlemen. I think we can. Come on. Oh my God. Can we hit 128? And by the way, 128,400 is 107%. I'm just saying, if you want to get us to 107%, it's about another $400, but I don't want to bite off. I don't want to get too, amazing, ladies and gentlemen. Did we do it? It's still sitting at 128. It's still sitting at 128, ladies and germs. Jeffrey Brooks says, Dave, going to Toronto this weekend. Amazing. Hope you have a good time. Says, what's a good pizza spot? Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a very good question. Toronto has a lot of wonderful restaurants, Italian restaurants. Maybe go to Little Italy, maybe try there. Maybe go to Little Italy or something like that. And they probably have some good pizza there. I don't know a specific spot off the top of my head, but Google it and find out. There's a lot of good restaurants in Toronto, for sure. For sure. Oh, wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on. It hasn't. Okay. It's gone up. We're sitting at 1,070 backers. I wanted to get to 1,075 tonight. We're at 1,070 backers, 127,998, but it hasn't updated yet. Here it goes. Maybe that's just a $2 donation to get us there. Oh, it still hasn't updated yet. Oh, the suspense, ladies and gentlemen. The suspense, ladies and gentlemen. The suspense. Warren Armour says the pizza that has Canadian bacon or American bacon. Yeah, Canadian bacon is, we don't call Canadian bacon. Only you guys call it Canadian bacon. Canadian bacon is essentially ham, although I've learned that it's more than that. It's essentially, we call it back bacon. It's like thick ham. I think it's from like the back of the pig. Well, yeah, I think that's why we call it back bacon. It's from the back of the pig. But I do know that there were some people a long time ago that were like, there's Canadian bacon and then there's American bacon. And in Canada, they don't get regular bacon. They get Canadian. It's like, no. We have all the bacon you get, we get. Like just the traditional regular good fucking bacon that everybody loves. Yeah, we that's bacon to us. That's if I say I want bacon, that's what I'm going to get. You know what I'm saying? It's just bacon. Bacon's bacon. You know what I'm saying? But the Canadian bacon, which is what you guys call it, we call it back bacon, which is just very thick ham. Basically, it's just the back of the pig. It's basically thick ham. That's all it is. That's all it is. But yeah. Oh wait, did we do it? Ladies and gentlemen, there it is. There it is. 128,012 Canadian Billy Bucks. 1,072 backers. We're knocking on 107%. We're now less than $400 away from 107%. Are we going to get to 130,000 by the end of the stream? Not by the end of the stream, probably not. But by the end of the campaign in 4 days? I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I have no idea. But it is possible. We are now less than $2,000 away from 130,000. We're less than $2,000 away from $130,000, ladies and gentlemen. 4 days left. 4 days left. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for, folks? Get in on horror history and get your name in the end credits. Sweet tea, the tea is sweet tonight. It evolves. It evolves. Sends in $5. Says, Dave, I'm going to purchase end credits for Chester Franklin Jr. Can you put his name in there? I will DM you when it's time. Yes, absolutely. 100%. That is sweet of Sweet Tea, ladies and gentlemen. Amazing, Chester. Sweet Tea is gifting you an end credits perk. Amazing. Yeah, when it's time, reach out to me early next year when when we start to tackle the post-production side of things. That's when people can reach out to me via DM on my Many Things Dave McRae Facebook page. And then I will make sure to kind of make, some adjustments for some people. As long as it's, within reason, of course. Dave, I want my name to be Big Daddy Donald Trump, fuck Joe Biden. No, we're not going to put that in the end credits. But that's what I want my name to be. No. No, we're not doing that. That's what I mean by, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Absolutely incredible, folks. 1,000 and we've gone up a little bit more. 128,036. Let's give a couple of shout outs here. Man, we're 4 days away. Let's hold on to this, folks. It's absolutely incredible. We've got Josh, one of our great co-producers, going hard into the paint here. We've got Josh Lott, donated $300 to get us over the line. We've got Josh McKenna, who donated $2. We've got Julian Corner, is that how you say that? Donated $2. Josh Lott donated $10. Incredible. Teresa picked up the end credits perk for Chester Franklin Jr. Outstanding. And Cody Snyder, one of my great mods here on the channel. And Cody, you're an associate producer, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, are you associate producer, co-producer? I think you're associate producer. Donated $10 as well. Absolutely incredible. Let me just see, because I forget now. Let me just see where the, hang on, 120, 107%. Yeah. So we are basically, whoops, hang on a sec. We're less than, we're like 376 $6 or something like that. I'm doing math in my head. I'm probably completely off. We're basically $370 away from 107%. Incredible, folks. Incredible. You're continuing to do it. The McCrazies are continuing to step up. And for those of you that are still watching, because I know a lot of people have checked out now. Maybe it was when I went on my tangent and my rant. People were like, I love Dave, but I'm checking out. Hey, I get it. I understand. Awoken Nightmare says 364. Hey, okay, so I was okay. 364, not 370. Amazing. Cody says associate. That's what I thought. Philip Kruger says, do you ship the Blu-rays worldwide? We do. The Blu-rays are region free and we ship them worldwide. So no need to worry about it not playing in your Blu-ray player. Yes, we do. So if you want the double blue would be a great perk because you get both chapter 1 and chapter 2. I mean, you might as well get chapter 1 while you're getting chapter 2. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Chloe Plays Game says, you rock, Dave. You rock as well. CM says, it's the rants that we love the most. Yeah. Well, sometimes I go off on a tangent. You know, something grinds my gears. And I had a couple of rants during the stream today. But, I mean, it wouldn't be a Dave McRae stream if there wasn't a rant or two. You know what I'm saying? But I felt what I ranted about today, I felt was, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I felt was fair and balanced. Do you know what I'm saying? I wasn't calling anybody out specifically. I was just talking in a general sense. And I feel that I was being fair and balanced. You know what I'm saying? I think so. Maybe not. I mean, maybe again, because of the world we live in today, maybe not, but I don't know. Steve Ross says, I love your rants. They are epic. Oh, yeah. They're epic. All right. I got some Halloween 5 rants on my channel. Well, there's the Halloween Resurrection rant that I have on my channel as well, which is pretty epic. That's pretty epic. Lots of ranting and raving that I've had on my channel over the years. Hey, we've gone up again. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm loving it, man. We're getting close. 128,136. We've reached the target of the backers that I wanted to get to, which was 1,075. But you know what? Jesus, could we get to 1,200? That's only 25 more. Hey, I've been on here for 2 hours and 41 minutes. It's starting to wind down. There are only 115 people watching. There was like 170 before. They're like, hey, Dave, I'm checking out. I'm done. Don't worry, folks. For those of you that are still hanging in, again, like I've been saying, don't worry. The channel will get back to a regularly scheduled program come July 1st. It's going to. I promise you. But look at this. Look at that number, folks. Look what we've done. It's been all worth it. It's been worth it. We did it. And we're still raising that extra cushion. There's still 4 days left. I mean, Jesus, somebody could come along right now and buy an executive producer perk and put us at like 136,000 or whatever it would be. Yeah. Holy shit. Is there somebody out there that's got cash to spare? Deep pockets? A rich uncle? So now we're like, what? We're like $270 away now from 107%. Oh, dude, guys, we got to get there. We're at 128,136. We are basically 274 or 264 maybe. I'm doing math. I'm on my fingers now. But yeah, we're CM's like, bomb. That's right. All it would take is a bomb. And who knows? Maybe in the next 4 days, there's somebody out there that will be like, no, I've just been waiting till the last day. And then boom. It's great. Like I said, don't let the goal. I mean, yes, we've reached our production budget, but having that cushion is going to help. It's going to help for sure. Fat stacks. Yeah, fat stacks. Fat stacks. There we go. Awoken Nightmare is keeping me up to date. $264 away from 107%. We got to get there. Before the end of the stream. We're at 2 hours and 45 minutes. I usually do these streams for 3 hours. So I would say there's probably about 15 minutes left in this stream. But I firmly believe we can get to 128,000, maybe even 500. Jesus, that would put us only $1,500 away from 130. And all that is an associate producer perk. I mean, holy shit, guys. Like, we're really close right now to getting to 130, which is the minimum of where I want it to be if the campaign were to suddenly end. You know what I'm saying? But if we get to 130 before the campaign ends, we might be able to pad it to like 131 or something. Hey, 31, 131, 31. Halloween 31. Do you guys think we can get to 131? I don't know. I mean, maybe we get to 131. That'd be a nice thing to get to. Just saying. Let me get, I know they, to people, whoever they were. Lee Bowers, my man Lee, donated another $100. Amazing, Lee. Thank you so much, Lee. Thank you again for your contributions, your belief in the project, your belief in us. Incredible what you've done here. Absolutely incredible. Jeez. 1,075 folks. We're only 260 something backers away. Dave says refresh. This is how you know you've been doing this a while. This is how you know you've been doing this a while. Dave, refresh. All right, I'm going to refresh. Lee Bowers says Dave, refresh. Refreshing here, 1,076. 128,136 is where we're currently sitting at. Now, the update may not have happened yet unless I'm behind on the chat. Maybe I'm behind on the chat. The update hasn't happened yet. Hang on a sec. Yeah, Dave says refresh. 1,076 backers. It has gone up, but there is a delay. Let me just see here. We are... Hey, Margaret! Yes! What's the combination to the symptomatic resuscitation unit?
It's 45, 72, 21.
That fucking Margaret, man. Margaret. No! Like, who's that? Can you imagine? Can you imagine all of a sudden there's like somebody there? Let's refresh this again and see if it's caught up now here. We are at 128,536. Yes, 107%, ladies and gentlemen. 100%. Oh my God, we are only 50. We are less than $1,500 away from $130,000. Yes, we've hit 107%. 1,076 backers. 128,536 Canadian Billy Bucks. 4 days left in the campaign. We are in stretch goal mode. We are in stretch goal territory. We are padding that lead. That is what we are doing now. We are not going to take this sitting down, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus, unbelievable. Is there an associate producer out there or a future associate producer that wants to drop a bomb? Now, you can't take it back. We only got 4 days left. We got to keep all this stuff. Unbelievable. Listen. I mean, I'm assuming this is probably Lee the. I gotta come up with a nickname for you. It's Lee Bowers, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta like Lee the Machine Bowers or something like that. I don't know. Lee Bowers, folks, has donated $400. Incredible, Lee. That was Lee's other kidney that just went out the window. Incredible. I mean, again, Lee, you the amount of money you've donated to the campaign is incredible. And we cannot thank you enough for this. This is absolutely incredible. Just in donations alone is amazing. Lee has brought us to 107%, 128,536. Oh my God. Listen. Is it? I don't know if maybe I'm pushing my luck here because we are only 10 minutes away from 10 minutes away from 3 hours on the stream. And I don't generally like to go over 3 hours with these streams. But I mean, we're knocking on 129 now. We're knocking on 129. We are less than $500 away from 129, which would only put us $1,000 away from 130. Which is incredible, absolutely incredible. It's amazing. Awoken Nightmare says 129,600 would be 108%, right on the precipice of 130,000. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, it's incredible, but I mean, we cannot understate the importance, again, of all the donations, of course, but Lee Bowers, again, carrying the campaign on his shoulders, helping to pad this lead, to cushion that lead, to get us that little bit of extra money as soon as we go into pre-production. We'll have that, that cushion right away as well, which is why we want to get this, sort of before the campaign ends, and before it goes into in demand. Absolutely incredible. Jesus. I mean, listen, I mean, if I thought there was a chance, I might stick around, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to. And again, like I said, these are, we gotta, it's incredible. It's like a fucking election or something. Nick Jenny, my man, Nick Jenny, another great supporter here on the channel. Nick sends in $4.99. Thank you so much, Nick, and says, catching the end of this, been working overtime to pay off that executive producer perk. Excuse me, that associate producer perk, excuse me. Hey, man, I get it. I totally get it. Thank you so much. Says, Dave, are you a fan of James Bond? If so, what's your favorite? I am. Although I admit I haven't watched a lot of the older Bond movies, a lot of the Sean Connery, Roger Moore films. There's Timothy Dalton as well. And I've really only watched the Pierce Brosnan films and the, obviously the Daniel Craig films. I think there's one or two Roger Moore films I watched. So I'm not a fan, but I'm not a huge fan or anything, but I enjoy them. They're fun. Yeah, I could take them for sure. For sure. CM says, yeah, mini bomb. Yes, exactly. A mini bomb. It was. Lee Bowers drops mini bombs. I don't know what he's doing or what, but it happens. CM says Lee should just get the EP perk. He might not want all that shit mailed to him, though. You might be like, I don't need to. But yeah, I get what you're saying. No, he's been incredible. Absolutely incredible. Josh McKenna sends in $9.99. Thank you, Josh. And says, what is one of your pet peeves? Mine is incompetence. I don't have patience for incompetence. Drives me crazy. I would say, yeah, that's one. I would say a pet peeve of mine would be when you are so you reach out to somebody in whatever capacity it is. But usually I find it, I will email somebody and I will not hear from them. And that bugs me. And I'm talking about in business, not friends, and it's kind of like, listen, if you're busy, let me know you got the email. And all you have to say is, hey, dude, got your email. I'm really busy at the moment. I will respond as soon as I can. Great. And then now I don't expect to hear from you within a week or two. If a month goes by and I haven't heard from you, I will follow up. You know what I mean? Maybe even 3 weeks, right? But yeah, just the ghosting, businesses ghosting you, or just people ghosting you. That grinds my gears because they don't have the balls to either tell you they don't want to do whatever it is you're asking them about, or, whatever the case is. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's definitely a pet peeve of mine for sure. But yours is good too. Josh. Have I missed any super chats? I don't know. Let me see. Josh, Nick, Sweet Tea, Josh Lott. Yep, got that one. Yes. Okay. Just want to make sure that I've got them. Incredible, folks. Incredible. I guess, are we still sitting at the same spot? I would imagine probably. 1,007. Oh, no. Oh, we're closing in on 129. Look at that. 128,624. 1,078 backers. 1,200 backers is in range. It is in sight. 129 is being targeted. It is in our grasps. Can you feel it? Can you smell it? Can you taste it? Can you see it? Can you touch it? Not yet. No, not yet. That's right. But you are going to. I believe we can do it. Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen. We are now just 320, what is it? Or 380, 386, whatever the hell we are. 320, 300 something. Absolutely incredible. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Let me see who that was. Yeah, Lee Bowers with his mini bombs. Lee Bowers knows how to drop those mini bombs. Jason Beach. We got Jason Beach picked up the digital download package. Amazing, Jason. Thank you so much. And Karen O'Reilly picked up the It's Me Billy Chapter 2 Blu-ray teaser cover. Ooh. Thank you, Karen. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, the teaser cover is cool. I like the teaser cover. I think, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. And it's going to look different. It'll have a different back as well and all that kind of stuff and a different, will it have different art on the Blu-ray? It might not have different art on the disc, but it'll definitely have different art on the, it might have different art on the disc. Depends how much money we raise. But it will definitely have different art on the front and the back too. That's cool. Thank you, Karen O'Reilly, and thank you, Jason Beach. Really, really appreciate that. We are knocking, ladies and gentlemen. If somebody came in, and again, somebody who can afford to do it, of course, came in and became an associate producer right now, that would take us to 130. It would actually bring us over 130. Incredible. Again, I'm not trying to force somebody to do something they don't want to do. I like to remind people of the math and the perks and where we're at and what's going on, just to give that context and that sort of perspective. But absolutely incredible. We're 3 minutes away from 3 hours. Well, maybe I'll stick around a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. The chat's gone up again a little bit. 128 watching. I think we peaked at like 180 or 170 or something, which is pretty good. Until I started going on my rants, and then people were like, I'm out. Drumming Dan 97 says, "Hi Dave, I love watching your videos." Well, thank you, Drumming Dan. Really appreciate that, man. Thank you for watching. Jay Beach says, "Dave, it was me with the download." Love it, buddy. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that, man. Thank you. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, 128,624. Guys, if we could get to 129 tonight, that might be a good spot to call the stream, right? $1,000 away from 130. If we could get to 129 tonight and we're only 300 and something bucks away, that might be a really good spot to end the stream, right? That might be a really good spot to end the stream. If we can cross 129, it's totally doable. We're not gonna take it. Say it with me. No, we ain't gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. Woo! Come on, everybody. We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. If we get to 130 tonight, that would have to take a bomb. But if we got to 130 tonight, I would bust out. I would bust out the Twisted Sister. We're not gonna take it. Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. I would do that. Totally. Lee Bauer says, "Dave, I've sold my soul to OnlyFans selling underwear pics." Can you imagine? You go on there, there's Lee Bowers. Hi, everybody. I've given everything away. I'm here in my underwear. I just need, I've given all my life. I need fucking, it'd be crazy. It'd be crazy. It'd be crazy. It would be crazy. It'd be crazy. Power Packers 90. Hey, Power Packers 90. Great to see Power Packers 90 here. Sebastian is here as well. All right. No super chats missed yet, right? I don't think so. I don't think I've missed anything. I don't know. We're still at 1,000. Hang on. 1,079. 1,079. It hasn't refreshed yet. Hasn't refreshed yet. But this could be nice. I don't know. We'll see here. We'll see. Even if we're just going up incrementally, that's really good. What? Oh, look at that. 128,699. Woo! We are now basically, ladies and gentlemen, we are $301 away from 129. Who do we got? We got Paul Sikorsky. I think I'm saying that right. Picked up the teaser poster. Awesome. Love seeing the teaser artwork get some love via the Chapter 2 Blu-ray from Karen, and of course from you, Paul, who picked up the Chapter 2 or the Chapter 2 teaser poster, 24 by 36. Awesome. It's a really cool poster. See how long it's a really cool poster. It's a really cool poster. It's a cool poster. What the hell? What the hell's going on? I'm speaking in different accents now. It's a really cool poster and artwork. So thank you to Paul Sikorsky. Again, I think I'm saying your last name correctly for picking that up. Awesome. 128,699. 1,079 backers. I would love to see this. I had said that wrong earlier. I said 1,200. I meant 1,100. Before the end of the campaign on Friday, I would love to see this thing at like 1,100. That would be really cool. Who knows? Maybe we'll pass it. And like I said, maybe somebody's waiting in the wings to come in on the last day of the campaign or tomorrow or the next day. Who knows? There are still 4 days left, but time's ticking. And I would love to be, by the way, the stretch goal, like the top of the stretch goal is 140,000. That's where we would, that's the top of the stretch goal. I mean, Jesus, I mean, if we got to 150, of course, we wouldn't turn it down, but that's where, it is. But I have realistic expectations, of course, based on how much time is left, based on the pattern of how much we raise during the streams, that I think, I think 130 by the end of the week is totally doable, 100%, especially now. I mean, especially now, right? But maybe we can get to 132. I mean, what's 132? Hang on a sec. What's 110%? What's 110%? That'd be a nice thing to round off of like the whole campaign. It's 132,000. Maybe we could get to 132,000 by the end of Friday. I don't know. I might have one more stream of these left in me at some point this week. I'm just trying to think, do I do it Wednesday or do I do it on the last day? I don't know if I will be able to do it on the last day, though. I'm not sure because Indiana Jones comes out that day, too. I don't know. Depends how close we get. But, I mean, we're totally knocking right now. We are knocking right now on 129, folks. Oh, we're knocking on 129. If we get to 129, that, like I said, that would be a good spot to call the stream. I've been on now for 3 hours and 3 minutes, talking to you guys, talking movies, promoting the movie, going on rants, talking about culture and movies and entertainment and talking about our favorite shots in the DGG trilogy. It's been a hell of a stream. Another amazing stream. Oh, by the way, I have counted how many crowdfunding streams I've done. I believe this is the 25th one. I'm not kidding you. I believe this is the 25th crowdfunding stream I've done since May the 1st. Probably averaging about 2.5 or 3 hours a stream. Wow. What is that? Like 70 fucking 5 hours? That's commitment, baby. There's one thing you can't say is that I'm not committed. A Woken Nightmare. There's my viewer that gives me the updates. $3,301 away from 110%. Yeah, I think it's possible. I think it's possible that we could get. I think it's possible we could get there. I don't know if we're going to get there. I think 140 might be out of reach. 140, I think, is only going to happen if there is somebody who's been waiting in the wings to come in at an executive producer. I think, and there might be. I mean, you never know. But I definitely think 130 is absolutely within range. And 132, maybe. Oh, Lee, you damn son of a bitch. Lee, there it is! There it is, ladies and gentlemen! 129,000 Canadian Billy Bucks, 1,080 backers. 4 days left, still 107%. Unbelievable. I know that was Lee. Lee just got his payment from his OnlyFans and he put it right onto the campaign. Lee Bowers, you damn son of a bitch, you glorious man, you. Yes, he did. Lee Bowers just donated $301. Incredible. Lee, my God. My God, Lee. Lee, incredible. The love, we can feel it. We can feel the love and support is absolutely amazing. 4 days left in the campaign. We are now only $1,000 away from $130,000. I mean, I could say that maybe that's possible on this stream now, but I don't want to push my luck. I've been on here for 3 hours. To get to 130,000 now would probably take another hour and a half. And I don't know if I've got that in me. Like I said, unless somebody just suddenly sweeps in and buys a big perk, drops a bomb in the way of like an associate producer or something like that, that would get us to 130,500. But like I've been saying, this is a really good spot. 1,080 backers. We're now knocking on 1,100 backers through contributions and donations, and absolutely amazing. 4 days left in the campaign. We are continuing to pad our lead right now in the stretch goal territory. And yeah, I'm just curious, just so I know, what is 108%? Might be a little out of reach. 108% is 129,600. So yeah, that'd be another $600. That's a little out of reach right now. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I'm loving this. You know, it's again, to see this love, to see that number there, continuing to pad our lead like this is incredible. It's awesome. It's incredible. I love seeing it. It means the world. It's nice to see this coming in. I've been on here now for 3 hours and 8 minutes. 3 hours and 8 minutes. End credits may be longer than the film. It might be. At this rate, the end credits are just going to go. Can you imagine? Can you imagine how... What a dick move that would be. Like how upset people would be. We're such assholes. We're such dicks that when it gets to the regular, the cast, the crew, they're scrolling by at regular speed. And all of a sudden it gets to the Indiegogo backers and everybody's so excited to see their names in the end credits. And all of a sudden it goes, and it's done. Oh my God. Could you imagine? That's the equivalent of like the legal copy at the end of like, an ad, and it's like, I don't know. Well, it's there. I didn't know this caused heartburn and nausea. Well, we said it at the end of the commercial. It was said. And I have experience with this, by the way. I actually can read legal copy very fast. I've actually done quite a bit of legal copy in my voiceover career. And, And sometimes they do speed it up, of course. You just say it normally and they speed it up. But I have done legal copy in my life, actually for Time Warner Cable. For Time Warner Cable, about, maybe, this has got to be going back like 10 years. There was a period of about a year that I was doing a lot of the legal copy for Time Warner Cable. I think they were radio ads. So you probably heard them. Yeah, I mean, you probably heard them if you were listening to the radio back then. But I was the guy that came on the end and going, you know what I mean? And I read them fast. They might have sped me up a little bit, but I remember them wanting me to read it very fast. And I did. I'm not like the Micro Machine guy. Remember him? But I can read quickly, enough that it's an asset, I guess. But could you imagine? Oh my God, that would be so awesome. I mean, awesome in like, a hilarious joke, prank kind of way. People are like, what was that? What was that? No, we're just kidding. Here's the real movie. Oh my God, that'd be awful. Bobby's brother sends in almost €6. Thank you, Bobby, and says, here's to you, Dave, one of the kindest, most balanced, and most loyal YouTube personalities. Thank you. Be blessed, and love and mercy to Steve Ross. Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Steve Ross, and thank you to Bobby's brother for saying that, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I do try to be better. It's there is a lot of shit going on in the world right now. Right? It's a lot of shit. It's a lot of dumb fucking shit going on. But you got to come at it from a balanced approach, because there's a lot of dumb shit on both sides. You know what I'm saying? And it's important that, we fucking take advice from Yoda, man. It's about balance. It's about, you got a little bit of column A, a little, you know what I'm saying? You go one too far in one direction, then it becomes too tribal and it's just like, oh God, So anyways, I appreciate you saying that, man. Thank you. I'm not perfect. I'm not a perfect person. I'm not a perfect human being by any stretch of imagination. No, really. But I do try to be, when I'm talking about things, whether it's, obviously I don't talk about politics on this channel, but when we talk about entertainment from a political perspective on this channel, like, the woke culture and all that kind of stuff, I do my best to be balanced because, I think it's only fair. I don't want to get caught up in the tribalism and the he said, she said of the teams. It's just not me. It's never been my style. It's just not me. And I think in a lot of cases, the truth lies in the middle. Not all cases. There are some things which I won't get into, obviously, because they are too political. Some things I do see and read where I'm like, what the fuck? As we all do, right? But when it comes to the entertainment side of things, I do my best to try and be balanced. So I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. 1,080. Ooh, could we get to 129,000, like 50 or something, just to kind of have it over? Just it almost looks a little too perfect. And then I will end the stream. If we can get just a little bit over, I'll end the stream. Danita Brown, one of our great viewers, Danita Brown says, good night and congrats. See you in the next stream. Thank you, Danita. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. Really appreciate that very much. Chester Franklin Jr. says, I gotta go. Great stream, Dave. Bye, everybody. Take care, Chester. Take care. Yeah, this is a good spot to end it, actually. Okay. Have I missed any super chats, though? I don't believe I have. I just want to make sure I haven't. I don't think I have. Bobby's brother, Josh McKenna, Nick Jenny. Okay. All right. I have it. All right, folks. Well, listen. Like I said, that's a good spot to end it right there. 129,000, 4 days left in the campaign. If you're watching after the fact or if you're watching right now, hey, head over there. Every little bit helps. Let's see if we can get this to 130 by Friday. That would be really cool. That'd be a nice sweet spot to get to by Friday at the very least. But folks, really appreciate your love and support to the channel. Kyle Buckley says, yo, Dave, what's up from Philadelphia? What's up, Philly? Shout out from Toronto. Hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, amazing. You guys are amazing to be able to get us to this point. We're very excited. Pre-production officially begins on July 1st, and Bruce and I are up to here with a lot of stuff we got to get done and work we got to do, but we're very excited about it. And you've just, of course, and you continue to make our job easier, of course. Thank you to all the super chats that came in today. Really appreciate that. To the non-super chats, thank you as well. Shout out to, of course, my moderators, Frank Riker, Tabitha Short, Darren Sands, Chris Baber, Cody Snyder, and Andrew Stevens. Thank you for doing what you guys do. I really, really appreciate it so much. If you want to follow me on social media, you can. There are my links right there. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all my links are in the description. Check them out until your heart's content. And when your heart is content, check them out again. That's going to do it for me, folks. In the meantime and in between time, I will talk to you all soon. All righty, 4 days, and the channel goes back to normal. All right, talk to you later, folks. Cheers.